Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Took my Chevy to the levee. What's a levee? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's an edge of a water wall, right?
I remember like the levees broke and Hurricane Katrina.
Is it a dam? Are you driving your Chevy up to the levee? I drove my Mitsubishi to the Tishi. I don't know. I'm working on that.
It's hard on the
I drove my Subaru to
Kangaroo.
I drove my Subaru to Kalamazoo.
Okay, all right. I don't even know where that is.
I don't think they're...
If you're looking for a Subaru, Mitsubishi, go talk to Mike Stacks right there on Sport Subaru, Sport Mitsubishi, West Colonial Drive.
Stacks got the facts.
It's right across the street from the fairgrounds. That's the dealership that sponsors the show. That's where Mike Stacks works. That's where you're going to get the deal from Mike Stacks because he knows you're a Tom and Dan listener.
Can I point something out? I hate it when you say right across the street from the fairgrounds because if there's no fair going on, it's a field.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's right across the street from the field.
There you go.
That they have Pitbull concerts.
That's always bothered me that you drive by and I'm like, there's a fair around. Oh, that's where the fair would have been had there one been going on.
It's right across from the dirty field. And then in Claremont, Don Milley Chevrolet, that's where J.C. Harrelson works. That's our contact over there.
Get a truck, man. Get a Corvette. Get a Corvette.
I got two vehicles, the Chevy Traverse, my Silverado.
Here's a fun fact. Nick Walinda is selling his mid-engine 2020 Corvette.
Really?
It's for sale right now. That thing is freaking amazing, dude. I believe it's on eBay Motors, but don't go there. Go to JC.
Yep.
His lineage, they're the Corvette family. JC and his entire family are Corvette crazy. So if you are interested in that, go to the guy that's got the most knowledge.
Yep. It's Sport Subaru, Sport Mitsubishi, West Colonial Drive, and Don Milley Chevrolet in Claremont.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Whoopee! Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
It is Teddy Friday.
Free Joe Cabby.
Yeah, free Joe Cabby. We're going to work on that.
Yeah. Welcome to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Tom.
Dan Samantha's here. Our good friend Seth Petrozelli will be on news today. Is your mic not on?
I just didn't say anything yet.
You're good. Hello, Sam. How are you?
Hello.
Happy Titty Friday to you.
Thank you.
If you want some croc charms, some pop sockets, some new shirts, some hot tub and mini fridge apparel,
we got all the gears.
It's all on our merch page at Tom and Dan.
Indeed. Thank you to those of you that are joining us live on Twitch right now. Twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. Yes, I'm looking right into the camera. Thank you guys for being here. We certainly do appreciate you. Most of you guys that are in there now are with us Monday through Friday, and it's really cool. And Fridays are the Big Friday Free Show, where we go uncensored because Monday through Thursday mostly is censored ACT content.
Business.
All of it you can find on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. And if you miss anything, just go to YouTube. Do me a huge favor. Type in Tom and Dan Live. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that alert button. It really helps us out. And, man, we've been growing like crazy on the YouTubes and the Twitch. And it looks like, without us even picking that direction, the digital path that we're on is going to go that way because you and I are we're just kind of going with the flow. Let's see where this goes.
Did you say the YouTube and the Twitch?
Yeah,
he's an old man.
Yeah.
Well, no, but
he's correct.
No, if you say the YouTube and the Facebook, by the way, if you type in thefacebook.com, that is the original name, and it still works. So, pow! Wow, double birds for everybody.
It's the same as people that
Who
say
types in the Facebook.com?
Hey, I don't, but I'm just saying it's like a colloquial phrase now, right? If you like the internets, stuff like that. I'm just being kitschy. I know it's called Facebook.
So every time Seth's supposed to come in,
God.
it's always like
it's hard, man. It's harder
2 minutes before the show starts.
No. It's just it's difficult.
It's like a mode of panic every time.
Why is it? You know I'm coming.
Well,
there's only been recently once that I backed out of this.
No.
But you come in like Kramer. You're like running in the door last minute.
Because honestly, most Fridays...
my life is nothing but
most Fridays, he has a few doctor's appointments that he's got to knock out.
I had my doctor appointment yesterday.
All right.
No joke.
I wasn't bad on you, dude.
A COVID test.
Again?
Why don't you
You're using up all the tests.
Okay, hold on.
Why don't you have the at-homes?
I had to this
Do you have
time.
the at-homes?
This was a legit. No. I don't know how reliable that is. I might mess it up.
I have talked to nurses. The ones that my wife went and researched it.
I don't
with
have to
doctors.
do anything myself. I want somebody to stick it up my nose for me.
Look
It's a
at
pain in the ass.
Stick it up his nose.
It's easy.
Gotta dry somewhere.
I did it. It's super easy to do. You buy them, you keep them in your pantry.
It was negative, just so you guys know.
Every time.
At this point,
Every time it's your day to come in, and now I don't even text you because I think you're doing it to bully me and all of us. So they just come in like 2 minutes before the show starts. So you came in today, same thing, like 5 minutes before the show. And,
no, I was there 20 minutes.
And you mentioned...
intro music was playing as you walked in.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that I was here for the past 20 minutes, but I was in my car talking to the bank. You actually said like arguing with the bank or something.
No,
and would you like our guest? I mean, I believe I have our guest on. I just want to know what I'm supposed to do.
I mean, put her up there.
I mean, I can't put them up at the same time. I can try and finagle that. Let me work on that.
Okay.
Let me work on that. But here, let me admit her in here.
This
I think we're talking about the
my God!
situation first.
Oh my God! There's a naked woman on my screen.
no, it's not naked. It's a bathing suit.
I don't know what she's wearing.
That is not a bathing suit.
Two-piece.
That is not a bathing suit.
I think that's lace.
Hold on. Whoa. Up, down.
No, come on.
Don't give me
be
the
a
power. Daniel's in charge of the computer.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Now I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
I thought we were bringing her in to talk about the thing we're talking
I
about.
thought you told me. I told her to come in naked. I don't know. I don't know.
show that
There's a
on
lack of
Twitch.
communication. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Now I'm not joking. I don't know the rules on any platform now because they are
No nudity on Twitch.
apparently stricter than radio now.
Yeah.
She's not nude.
She's not nude. She's wearing
I know.
bikini on.
I know.
Hey,
You
we
can't
can
see
hear.
anything.
Yeah, we can
No.
hear you. Hi, Tracy.
How you doing,
are
Tracy?
Hi. I'm
So
okay.
I want to talk. We'll talk to Seth and Tracy about this because it has something to do with Tracy too. Because at this point in your relationship, how Seth spends his money affects you too, Tracy.
Absolutely.
Plus, she has to hold the ropes as I back down the trailer.
Oh my God.
This 24-foot boat that I'm getting.
Absolutely.
Well, I told you to get a smaller one.
I test drove a small one, and I felt like I was in a go-kart on the sea.
Maybe you're too big.
He is big. I mean,
It was awful. No, I was like, I leaned and it almost tipped over. I was like, no.
You're gonna
I need
crash so
big-
good. Okay,
I need
so
bigger.
There we go.
Now,
I
I haven't
got
even
her
seen
set
it.
up now. There we go.
So
We're good.
let's
We're
rewind a little.
Okay.
You came in, you said you were arguing with your bank.
Yes.
And then I said, what about? And then you're like, I was like, I just bought a boat.
I've been on hold for like 20 minutes and all. Oh.
Yeah. And then so you and then, by the way, you're not telling me like you're proud of it or you're like
Right.
proud of this accomplishment. You're telling me like you're slightly
it's a hassle. Yeah.
like
It's
you're,
hard for me to
you're embarrassed of the decisions you made.
It's extremely hard for me to pay attention to this whole conversation. I'm watching Tracy in the bikini feed her dog treats. I'm watching her feed her
I'm
dog.
not feeding her anything. I'm just petting her.
Oh,
She
okay.
just wants attention.
Okay, all right. I was just confused because I was like, this is a way better show. I'm watching OnlyFans.
So, anyway, so then Seth said I bought a boat, and then Seth said I took out $50,000 last week.
And you say you've been driving
I've been
around town.
So why did you take out? Because to buy something at $50,000 cash.
I've never seen that much money in my life.
I've never heard of that.
No.
Like no one at that price point. You usually do a bank transfer, a cashier's check.
The most I ever saw was when my dad brought $10,000 in his trunk home to buy a new motorcycle, and he lied to my mom about it.
Yeah.
So the other night I was at Seth's and I was in the bathroom and there's like stacks of cash just sitting on the bathroom counter, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with this much cash?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I had to put it somewhere safe so no one.
You are better than me, girl. I would have took a stack.
You get you a stack, girl. You get you a stack.
I like how Seth's like, the safest place in his house is on the bathroom counter.
I told him not to steal it.
Like a true coke dealer.
I like Sam's like pseudo Carmela Soprano style of you just take one stack out,
exactly.
put it in the drop down. You keep doing that long enough. When this guy goes full crazy, you're good.
Yeah, because he's not going to remember.
You need a backup plan.
He's been hitting the head too much.
Yeah, I mean the end of the movie is Tracy driving away in a decent car convertible with a bunch of money in her trunk, right? And then she's driving away. And then part 2, she has her spin-off scenario without you, her show.
I did hide it in a better place, but I have to remember where I hid it because I've done this before with my.
I know where you hid it.
Oh.
I saw where you hid it today.
Are you serious?
Which is even weirder.
Oh no!
He put it in his
Please tell me.
He put it right in his butthole.
No, you put it in the free. Whatever movie you've seen, people have money. That's what he did.
Or cereal bombs.
Or you got a life-size Atreyu and he stuffed it in there.
Don't tell anybody where I hid it, Tracy, because the people know where I live. They're going to go and freak it.
Breaking Bad AC vent for sure.
Weird.
No, but she's saying it's weird.
Yeah, because it's
Back of the toilet tank.
You don't need $50,000 cash unless you're breaking the
I would
law.
have went and deposited it today when I was at the bank, but I'm scared that I'm going to deposit it and set off a red flag that I just withdrew this and then put it back, and
But it's
already
your
a red
money.
flag.
It's not a red flag. It's your money.
No, it doesn't. They want to know what you're spending it on.
Yeah, just tell them. You're buying a boat.
bullshit. Then they're going to audit me, and then.
But they were like, "Why'd you take the money out and then put it back on?"
Because I thought I was going to buy the boat cash. I thought I'd get a better deal if I show up to a guy. The boat's selling for whatever $50,000. Like, guess what? Here's $40,000 cash. I might take $40,000 instead of me having to go through all the wire and you seeing it. Blah blah blah.
That works
I thought it'd be
when
cheaper.
you're buying an old dirt bike.
Okay, well, I don't know.
Yeah, you're buying a premium vessel.
When you're buying a pressure washer on Craigslist, the guy will take 80 instead of 60 cash.
Well,
or the
never
opposite.
know.
It doesn't work at a $40,000 or $50,000 price point. The guy's going to be like, some other rich guy is just going to.
Why do you have this much money? This is unsafe.
And I had my little fanny pack,
You
pizza
have
fanny pack
$50,000 in a fanny pack.
with my gun. Yeah.
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
So what if you tried to rob me?
Let's check in with Tracy Painting and see how she's doing. I like being
Well, we got a lot to go. We got OnlyFans to talk
we got a
about.
lot going on here.
And I got to get out of here by 2 to go pick up the boat.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about it. So
From
you,
the land.
the
This
original,
is a lot like Ellen now. We can go to different parts of the show. I can be like, hey, let's check in with Tracy. How's the painting coming, Tracy?
It's coming. I'm not a big fan of it right now.
All right, well, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged.
It's okay.
Paint your tits instead.
come
my
on.
Come on, that's really good.
That's good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's good, but it's not great.
No.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
I would rather you not painted her hand there. It's like,
Whatever, you get one tasteful tit.
It's odd, Tracy, now talking to you because I
Because he starts his morning with coffee and Tracy. I don't know if you know that.
Anyway, so you didn't buy that first boat, but you bought a boat.
I didn't buy that boat. I'm going to pick this one. As long as I didn't test drive it. So I'm going to test drive right now, and as long as everything's okay with it, it doesn't sink when I'm out there. I'm going to check under the hull, make sure no holes or anything crazy.
So you're checking for holes, and you're going to drive good. What do you think's going to happen?
I'm bringing my good friend who went with me on the last time, who's a lifelong boater, who's meeting me there to check it out. Ask all the
Turn good. Float. No holes.
We don't see holes. Very well.
You're wasting your time.
I don't know. Look like boat. No have wheels, so me pretty sure.
At that price point, I don't think you have to check for holes at the bottom.
You never know. I mean, this guy. I need to open the whatever the
You got
thing
a
that
potty?
closes the engine.
You got a potty in there?
No, it's not a
So you're
potty.
going to open the engine, look at it, and
Make
what
sure
are you
there's.
going to see?
I'm going to make sure that
Make sure there's a black engine.
There's no oil leaking out of it. it. And
Engine black, no oil,
it
no
says,
wheels.
It says Yamaha on it. And okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, this definitely boat.
So you're wasting you and the boat owner's time because
I did that with the first guy, and he drove us around, and I was like, "Look, man, I hate to do this, but I'm going to hold off." And I was like, he took him out the half of the day and his gas to go out in his boat, and I was like, "No." And I said no. I felt like I was guilted into buying it because I felt bad that he took me out.
So now I'm going to ask Tracy this question because here's where the danger comes. Seth is buying a 24-foot boat, which I told him start small, buy 18-foot, maybe 20-foot, bow rider lake boat, just
like
to mess
a little river lake boat and just putt around.
And then the smaller the boat, easier, less chances of crashing. If when you're docking it, you can at least run up and then push off the dock so you don't crash into it. I've done that a bunch of times.
Really?
When the bigger the boat, the more inevitable it is for you to crash into other boats or the dock because it's harder to maneuver, especially without any practice from any other boat. And being your first
you've
boat.
never owned a boat, correct?
Owned, no.
Okay.
Grew up on, yes.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Grew up with, not on.
His dad drove a ski boat around a lake in Florida,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
every Florida
We went out to the Gulf all the time. Went out to Sanibel, Fort Myers Beach.
I love Sanibel.
And I used to drive it. My
So-
dad used to
on his lap?
sip a beer.
So Tracy,
Oh, nice.
let's talk about Seth's capabilities here.
Extremely. Go ahead.
With being capable of captaining a vessel, and
Are you talking about just all around security?
yeah, because we all know he could kick and punch, and he could work out.
Have I been in any accident in my entire life? And I
How
drive
is
like a
his
maniac.
nautical know-how?
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, Tracy. How confident are you that Seth and you are going to go out on this boat and it's maiden voyage, and Seth's not going to crash into,
Anything.
anything, or even
Or everything.
trailering the boat over
That's
to
the part I was worried
wherever.
about. This is a big boat to trailer.
That's what I'm nervous. I am nervous about.
I mean, once you're in the water, as long as you take it easy, but the trailering and backing it
Maybe
in.
Tracy knows about boats. Tracy, do you know about boats?
No, I don't know anything about boats.
No.
Great.
He's not a boat guy.
She's going to learn how to hold the ropes, though.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to be by yourself with Tracy, who knows nothing about boats, and you rode on a boat when you were 13. And you're buying a $50,000 24-foot. What is it?
It's a Yamaha 242 Limited S. Is it
a deck boat?
It's a jet boat.
Oh, okay. Was it that one you sent me? That jet boat?
No, it's a
jet boat. I don't even know. Tom, sorry, I'm not a boat guy.
Oh, looks nice.
I mean, I don't even know what a jet boat is.
Okay, so
scroll
it
that
doesn't
way.
have a propeller.
No, that's and I like that because you could chill in the back and you won't get chopped up to pieces, which I'd probably.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God. It is really cool.
It basically just has a jet ski engine.
Look at that.
So
twin jet.
Look at that.
Twin
You got
jet
the
ski.
Hulk Hogan jet. Thunder and
I knew you were going to laugh at it.
He got the fucking He got the black dick boat.
You know how fucking hot it is outside? You know how hot it is on the
But
ocean?
no, the inside. Look at the interior. It's all tan, custom deck. Sea deck. It's tan, white and tan.
You
so that
got
won't get
the
hot.
jet
Oh, man,
black.
it's cool. That's cool as fuck, man.
24-foot
It's cool.
Yamaha jet boat with a wakeboard tower.
How does that make you feel? That
Tracy,
this
how
guy-
good are you at wakeboarding?
I outboated him for sure.
So,
No, we're not good. That's what we're gonna try this. I'm gonna try it out and learn how to.
so you understand? For you to wakeboard, you need someone to drive the boat, which will be Tracy.
Tracy
who
is
has
very, very good at parking cars. So I think she's good at driving too. So she's very mechanically inclined for. Can I say for a woman? Is that wrong to say?
Tracy.
It is wrong.
Yes, it is.
You can say that.
Well, I'm going to say it
we
anyway.
expect that coming
Totally
from you.
wrong, but still
Well, I'm
say
going
it.
to say it anyway. She's very, very good
Tracy.
driving.
When the boat goes out of control, you have to jump out of it.
Make sure you have a life jacket on.
No, but if it's going really fast, that can be hard too. You're going to have to.
No, you'll bounce a little bit, but it'll be way less painful than ramming into the shore
and then you're
Or a dock.
and then your body is ejected into the pine trees.
Right.
It turned down for what? And you're
Yeah.
I have amazing reaction speed and timing and coordination. Like I really do.
Does it concern you at all, Tracy? Or are you at all scared, like boarding this
Yes.
vessel with Captain Seth?
Oh, she's terrified.
I'm not a boat person.
So are you into this? Are you into this
You're
at
not?
all?
What do you mean you're not a boat person?
Oh, you're just
I
finding this out.
love that he's dropping all this money and she doesn't even want him to
Okay,
get
so
it.
so you have no like. If you had your druthers, what would you suggest that Seth use
Waste his money on?
his $50,000 bathroom dollars?
I don't know. I don't know. I told him not to buy a boat because it's just a waste of money, I feel. Like,
I mean, smart woman. She's a smart woman.
How about like
Oh,
a?
she's a downer.
How about like
no,
you?
she's not.
Come on, we're gonna have fun on the weekends.
How about you take? I mean, Tracy, you and Seth could travel the world for like the next
in
3
the Hulk Hogan
years.
jet boat.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We can do that in the boat. No, we can't actually on that one.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not traveling. I'm not going in the ocean on a tiny ass boat.
No,
Tiny?
no.
It's
On
not
a
tiny.
fucking yacht. Like,
No.
or not a yacht, but a cruise ship. Like, I'm not doing that.
I'm
I'm gonna
saying
be miserable the whole time.
no. I'm saying you could use the $50,000 to actually take expensive vacations and see the
Right.
world.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would be
Yeah.
more memorable.
Ooh, go to
a wiser-
Japan. Go to
Yeah.
Japan.
I'd love to if we were allowed to travel right now, and I'll do that too. I'm wiring this money. I'll have the cash still. I'll use the cash for that travel.
This sounds like you're.
What are you
Tracy,
going
I gotta-
on a road trip in like the past year and a half. Like, I mean, aside from going to Cape
As
Pearl,
soon
but
as our
we haven't
trucks
done
are done.
anything else aside from that. Like, we haven't. Gone
Let this
on
woman out of the house.
Oh my
Seth.
God! Let her out.
Jesus.
She just keep wearing her broad panties all the time, just
Do it.
walking around. She's going mad.
Do whatever she wants.
No, hold on. All your friends are out there partying.
Yeah.
Like, I see them on TikTok.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do
me
too.
too.
Yeah, like
They're doing this thing.
Yeah, they're doing. Yeah.
They do that thing.
Yeah, they do.
She got
Do all
me.
that she wants.
And
They
he's
can.
like, Megan.
They point at the words. They float.
Yeah.
So
Yes, questions.
As soon as our
about your
trucks are
hand.
done, we said we were going to go on a road trip. Like 100%. It's hard with the business.
You're getting shit, man.
yeah. Now Tracy. Now I don't know what kind of BS Seth has sold you on this boat purchase, but
Damn. Shots fired.
I have a boat, and the 99% of the time where I'm quote unquote partying is I show up to some dirty brackish water, and I get out of my boat and stand right at my
Chest
dude
high,
chest
yeah.
high, and I
And then
hold a beer.
And then you pee in the water, and then you
Yeah.
keep drinking and peeing next to fat people.
And then I'm looking at a bunch of other fat guys.
Yeah,
They're
that's
all
what boating
drinking
is.
beer.
Fat people standing in mid-waist water
Yeah.
right under their titties, peeing everywhere.
Then you look up, rubber
Yeah,
flag. So
That's like another thing too. Like, I'm terrified of like water that I can't see through. In a sense, like the ocean is different because it's I don't know, you can kind of see through it, but like lakes and stuff, they're so dark and murky. Like you never know what's hiding in there.
yeah. And
Terrifies me.
Gators, amoebas.
And we're not in Fiji. If
Right,
you go to Disappearing
right.
Island, only at high tide and only for half an hour, it's crystal clear. The rest of the time,
It's
doo-doo water.
It's like literally a mixture of fish shit, tannic leaves, and piss.
I went on Lake
We're not in
Conway to
Key
test
West.
drive that boat, and I went to the sandbar, and it was nice and clear. There was a sandbar. People were chill. It looked so relaxing.
Yeah.
It was clear and chill.
You get out there, you stand in the water,
And
you
I'll have-
drink-
I'll have
drink
my
beer.
water
Drinking
with
piss,
lemon.
drinking piss.
And so
You know what?
Wait, what
Tracy.
are you going to name this boat? Because you got to have
I
a cool
didn't-
name.
Yeah, you gotta have a
You
cool
haven't
name.
thought about the name?
Oh, honestly never even thought that was a thing.
yeah,
Yeah, and you got to put some
get it.
blood
I
on it,
didn't-
right?
Well, it already has the wrap, has the matte black wrap on it with the yarmulke.
Well, you're not going to add a gorilla or
I'll
some
probably
blood?
I'll add the gorilla. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
Gotta
add
have
some
a
blood.
gorilla.
All those.
Yeah.
It got to seem like
You
you're
got to put a blood
driving.
gorilla on it.
Well, it's gonna
Get done the boat.
it's gonna get pulled in my scalp.
I mean, how are people going to know that this is Seth Petrozelli if there's not a blood monkey all over it?
I was actually, since it's a Yamaha, thinking about putting like Japanese down the side of it. Something.
Don't.
Yeah, appropriate. That's like, you know what you should write? Stop Asian hate in
Yeah,
Japanese.
yeah, yeah.
Japanese.
On
That's
the
not a
side,
bad
yeah.
idea.
So Tracy, I got to ask you,
You're interrupting her painting, man. She's
No.
painting in her brown panties. It's hard work.
because
What are you doing?
now I'm mad that Seth is so rich because he got a nicer boat. than I
That's why
do.
you're ragging me.
You're upset because this guy's got a better, cooler Hulk Hogan boat, and you got an old fat dad boat, and this motherfucker got a cool ass Thunder Paradise boat, and your boat, like, I'm gonna say
I
it.
am
No one
sorry.
else has the balls to say it. His boat's a nerdy ass dad bullshit deck boat. You got the cool shit.
But I was looking at that boat at first, but then
because it's nerd.
But then he told me he had it. And I was like,
you know what he
shit.
told me about this boat? You know when I knew?
motherfucker.
You know when I knew that he had changed in his boating world? He's like, this boat's got a lot of storage, and it comes with a cooler that only fits in one, right. The cooler only fits in one spot.
Okay, all right. Well, it's a good family boat.
This is true. This guy has like 3 kids he takes out on it all the time.
Oh yeah, but they're all the kids he fucks. They're all like hot teens.
So,
I'm kidding.
Tracy, what actual work does Seth do? Do you see him?
What do you mean? I bust my ass
crunching the
in-
numbers? What is his average day like? Monday through Friday, does he get up? Does he have a briefcase? What does it?
He's a fanny pack. He already told you.
$50,000 in it and a gun.
Do you hear him yelling at business deals over the phone?
Buy, sell, trade.
Do you see him
he does
working the
that.
numbers?
He does wake up at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
She's just
Well,
bull
he wakes
crap.
up earlier
She's
than that. He
she's
likes
lying.
to say that, but he wakes up at like 10, 11 o'clock.
You're
He makes
being
breakfast.
trying to be funny right now. I do not wake up that late.
I can
swear
turn
to
his
God.
mic off.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
And then you make breakfast, and I don't know. Then you start your day. You go work out, and then you like get angry on the phone at multiple different companies because they don't respond to you, or like they're just not doing their job.
But it has
Always
nothing to do with
something.
work or anything.
ever
It's like
doing
shit
their
he's
job.
buying, right?
Angry old man screaming on the phone.
He's yelling at the shit he's buying. Those companies, not like actual vendor client.
It's a mix of both.
Nah, I don't think
It is a mix of both.
It's some
It's like 60% business,
What is
40%
some street glow.
If you had to, Tracy, if you had to give us like a representation of some of the things like he says to these people, obviously without mocking him, what are some of the things that you overhear him saying? And like, is he angry? Is it like, what kind of business is he doing?
Oh no, he gets angry, but he's very like, I don't know, sarcastic in a way. Like he's like, oh, so you're not going to be able to do this. Okay, great.
Passive aggressive.
That's called passive aggressive
PAGD, passive aggressive dickhead. PAGD. I have a strong.
Yeah, you do.
We're going to get to mine, but I have a strong case of PACD.
I'm not hating.
I messed
Some people win the lottery in life.
I like the way you said that too.
So-
You said that.
Some people, fight a guy that had no business fighting in the UFC.
I guarantee you
and win,
couldn't-
and then parlay that into.
We switch spots for a week,
He's
you'll be
also
just as
very
stressed.
passive aggressive in kids class too. Like for kids karate, like he'll be very passive aggressive to them as well.
To the kids, to the babies.
I don't know if you should have said that part.
Oh no!
I like that, dude, but my sons need toughening up.
Put him in this class.
Hey, I want to bring my. They don't want to do it.
Tracy, you might not want to Tracy, you might not want to badmouth the dojo. On
No, she's not.
I'm not.
Yeah, she's not.
I make it fun.
It's just you, not the dojo.
Because somebody didn't want to kick today. Okay.
Some kids need
somebody
some
didn't put his punching pants on.
kids are too soft. I like that. I am with Seth on that
and the
one.
parents like that I'm.
I like that.
There should be an element of
They're too
challenge.
soft.
I respect that because my
So-
soccer
And
coach is
you
that
should see
way.
the moms. Some of the moms are even more disciplined. They're like, oh, he needs don't let him grab that water. Let him grab that water himself.
So, last boat question: where's going to be like your maiden voyage? Where are you taking it out?
I don't even know where the F I'm going to store this thing right now. Like I'm going to pick it up
Nice.
and
Great
right
plan.
now I'm going back to my gym to park in the back of my gym.
Put it in
Oh
the
my
gym.
god!
Well, I haven't
Sorry,
been
you
made
guys
on-
got to do classes around my boat.
So, the original plan, Sam, was to get my 19-footer that would fit back into my driveway, okay? And then I drove it, and like I said, I felt like
Go-kart.
Mario.
So
Well,
instead of waiting until you have something lined up,
Yeah,
you're
no,
gonna
because
go ahead
they
and
go
buy
so
that boat.
fast. It's
He's
right.
right.
like this.
For 100%, we are filming the beginning intro to Thunder in
That's
Paradise
fine.
with
That's
Seth.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
and
gonna
I'll do
get-
everything myself with somebody helping.
We're gonna glue a skullet of straight blonde hair to the back of your neck,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna
And-
grow
and
out
there-
that.
Wait, I don't even know what that
jet
boat looks
black-
like. Does it look like that boat, really? I never even knew that was a boat.
I mean, it doesn't not
Very
look like
similar.
that.
It's basically
Sure.
like a jet black
Yeah.
scarab.
It's like-
it's the same-
it's like taking
I mean, it's close.
Any normal boat and then injecting a hot amount of douche right into it.
I knew you were going to think it was a douche boat.
No, it's not a douche boat. It's just got a douche wrap on a cool boat.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a douchebag.
Yeah.
Right.
But it is.
It's
cool.
closer
It's
to
cool.
it's cool, but it's closer to douche boat
Yeah,
than
yeah,
to
yeah.
Tom's nerd boat.
All that
I mean, what do you want to
All
be?
right.
You want to be on Thunder in Paradise, or you want to be on the SS periodic table over here?
All that matters is when I'm cruising, even by myself, I'm gonna have that wind in my wind in my
Bring your
face,
wig.
and I'm gonna be relaxed.
Tracy
and
will have
that's
the
all
wind in
that
her
matters.
hair.
You got that beautiful wig.
Yeah. You know what's super relaxing? When you start getting super tall wake from boats coming by and you don't know how to handle it, so you submarine the nose of your boat and then it washes a huge wave over the top.
Slump your pants up.
I go on a 45 towards the wake, right? Like the waves come this way, I go and just slow the boat down.
Google it. You'll be fine.
Or you're like, where's the sandbar? You decelerate.
Well, that's the good thing about having a jet boat is because it's just going to suck up water up into the engine instead of propping it.
It'll still beach itself.
I agree. I know.
Well, good luck
Get
with it, man.
Ceto. That's my one
He's got the
piece of
money for
advice.
it,
Yeah. It's like $150 a year.
Oh, that's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Would you like to dovetail to Tracy? Do you have any questions for her now?
So Tracy, sorry, I just had to talk about
Oh, there's Puppy in the background.
Seth wasting his money.
Well, now I'm going to talk crap about her.
Do you have?
It's not a fight.
Oh, you should. Someone in the chat said you should name it KimBoat Slice.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Oh my God! Who said that?
And it's a black boat.
Whoever said
And
that's
it's a black boat.
They can go out on the maiden voyage.
Airbrush a beard on
Put
the
a
front.
beard on the front.
Air chubby.
That'll make
Air
the
chubby.
internet.
It would.
It will make the internet.
That is definitely going to be on Barstool.
If you, we'll make
That's actually
Dude,
really
you should
good.
be on Barstool. That's
If
your
you
that's
tried
your
it.
audience.
That is your audience.
Yeah.
If
Our audience hates you.
Yeah, our audience hates you.
do.
I know, they wrote a whole thing about it.
It's about 50-50.
What do I do to anybody? I'm
Barstool,
nice.
they'll like you.
People love to say that they hate stuff. If you write on the back of it, KimBoat Slice, and then airbrush a beard on the front, it would make headlines.
Oh yeah, they'll be like,
Highly
look at the guy, and you'll get some real bad hate.
I'll get some bad
You'll
publicity
lose some
from it.
clients and stuff. But,
Plus, it's all black boats.
but
So I don't
think
know if they're
about-
trying to think I'm implying something. Like it's a
yeah,
black
there'll
boat.
be some racist and stuff.
You should
But
drive your boat
There's already
over
that stuff on the internet.
You should drive your boat over next to Tom's boat and cuckle it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bofa. Bofa was the original person that said KimBoat Slice, and then Air Chubby said it was good.
Okay.
Sorry, Bofa.
So enough with the
Sorry,
boat.
hit the wrong button. There we go.
So Tracy,
Sorry. Back to Tracy.
we news broke this week that OnlyFans, the platform,
You said only friends. He likes old ladies.
Fran Drescher.
Damn it.
Only friends.
So OnlyFans decided to ban sexually explicit content from their platform. So, and not nudity,
Nudity's
though.
fine, just nothing like penetration
Oh, yeah,
or
but that
any of
doesn't
that.
apply to me.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
You're good to go.
It doesn't. In fact, I was thinking that this could help you, right? Or
Yeah.
Wait, self
Less
penetration.
competition.
What about self? Like, can they do it themselves?
What do you
No.
mean? Self penetration?
Oh.
No penetration.
yeah,
I don't know if it was
Two
just two
counts,
people.
babe.
Yeah, I like how he's like, well, what if she wants to fist herself?
No, like sex work of any kind.
Yeah,
just
you can't be
nudity
doing that
only.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's the
Which-
bad stuff.
it was odd to hear that because I'm like, man, you're taking away a ton of revenue from
ridiculous
yourself.
amount.
Yeah.
Because they get
They
a
claim
portion.
they're doing it for their shareholders, which makes no sense because you make more money having the porn on there.
Well, but your board can lean on you to clean up the content.
Well, that's what they did,
Well,
I guess. Yeah.
I read something that they mentioned specifically banking institutions and like because
they're not corrupt.
A credit card. I know. Yeah.
It's like, who gives a fuck?
So it may have something to do with their banks they deal with and their credit card processing. You know, it's huge because that's their primary form of payment. So
Sure.
they may be putting pressure to take out all the sex stuff, and then they could have looked at it and they're like, well, out of the we have a lot of nudity, but the actual sex stuff, like with the actual sex acts and things like that, may be a smaller portion of the overall business. So it's more advantageous for them to take that out.
I don't think that's the case, though. I think you got more people sitting on things on there than you got people on there just showing their boobs. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I assume that they did this because it's the best business decision for themselves. But, I mean, who knows? I mean, people have made stupid things. And also, if it's like some convoluted way for them to, like, unbrand themselves as that.
That's kind of what it seems like to me. It's a distancing technique.
I feel like that bell's been rung.
Yeah.
It's like Hooters trying to, like, modernize. It's like Hooters will always be a
What it is.
90s brand, and no one's going to look at that in the eyes of 2021.
You can make it nicer, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and it's always going to be
and they're doing that now. They're kind of keeping it, though, and their uniforms are almost exactly the same, maybe a little more modest. But if you look at it now, they've updated it and made it real clean, but it's exactly what it's always been. I kind of like that
concept.
So, Tracy,
I'm also a Hooters fan.
How's your OnlyFans experience been going? I think the last time we talked to you, like, I don't know if you want to talk about how many members you have, or is it more about your members that you do have requesting private videos, like, because that's a huge. I know, huge. And some people make the majority of the money through that, right? So, how does it go?
It's going. It's just I have lost like a little bit of subscribers just because like I wasn't really feeling up to posting as much because I was going through things. But I've gotten back into it, and I did get some weird requests, like the cake video. Smashing my butt on a cake, which was very messy, but also kind of fun because obviously I've never done anything like that before.
You got to be careful with that. You don't want to get any.
You
got to be careful with it. You don't want to get any buttercream in your anus. I'm serious.
Oh yeah, no, I was very careful.
Yeah, you can get an infection that way.
What was the actual request? And I know it was from a BDM, right? Like
it was from me.
I'm pretty sure it was. I think it was the same one that requested the whipped cream video. I'm almost positive it was the same one. I just didn't go back and check. But
you know the person's name? Let's out them.
It's more
don't dox them. You're going to take away some of her money. They won't want to request anything anymore.
Sorry.
Don't ruin her goddamn business.
Who was it? I'll look up his address.
Did you have to buy the cake at Publix?
That's part of the price.
No, he ordered it for me, and then I just went and picked it up. It was already paid for.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait a minute, that's creepy, and I love that Seth didn't know that.
But that's good because it doesn't take out of her money.
I like that you had a strange man buy you a cake to sit on. That's fucking rad.
What kind of cake did he buy?
I think
buttercream,
it was strawberry. I don't know. It seemed like vanilla cake, but it was like an overall strawberry.
Strawberry is the best sitting cake.
Strawberry fetish.
It's weird. You think you buy the cheapest cake possible.
No,
right?
strawberry's the best one. You don't want to go vanilla because it's just so bland and basic, and you don't want to go chocolate because of doo doo. So strawberry's the choice.
Yeah.
Weren't you saying people were requesting?
That was a concern that I had, was that it was going to be chocolate. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's almost like they're eking into like fecal stuff. Then it's almost like you're cheating the system. You know, you're like, sit on this chocolate cake. Like, shit, I'm still jacking it. Like, hold on a second, you're tricking me into doing like scat stuff. I'm not into that. The chocolate cake, you tricked me.
Oh, that was smart.
It's brilliant.
Smart for doodle lovers out there.
Brilliant.
Didn't you say that people were requesting to show your feet more? That's why you like wiggled your feet at the camera a couple times.
Someone was into feet, I think, and I just kind of was testing it to see if there are any other hidden feet fetish people on my page.
Oh, you put the feet out there. Give them a little for free.
Because there are specialized, OnlyFans content providers that do things like that. That make tons of money. The burping girl we talked about.
Yeah. One of the ones that was big, and we mentioned this years ago. I want to say like 10 years ago. It was a video, but it became a very popular fetish, were girls, and I thought this was maybe where this BDM was going, but it was girls that would sit on cakes and then fart on them. And there's a video called Cake Farts that is legendary, but that's like a thing that guys dig. Yeah, cake farts. Not me, but I mean, like, there are guys that are like,
that's really gross.
That is gross. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Tracy, when you sat on the cake, was Seth in the background laughing?
I wasn't at this one.
No, he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. You gotta say, I need you to leave. This is my art. I need pure concentration.
We have a mutual friend who's a photographer that does some photographing.
Photography?
Yeah. I have a friend who's a photographer. He does some photographering. He's a photographer.
Yeah, that makes me so goddamn mad.
He takes pictures.
Thunder in Paradise. I'm with this, Seth. Believe me, it's fine. It's fine. Haters gonna hate. So Tracy, I'm curious to what videos you've declined in OnlyFans. Like, what is the step too far? Obviously, anything pornographic and things like that is automatically out. But but sitting on a cake, I would even think that, like, she's not going to sit on a cake, even though it's totally harmless and it's stupid and it's dumb. Like, I'll sit on a cake for if someone paid me. I don't know if you want to say how much that costs.
Throw
but
a number out there, Tom. I'll buy a cake right now.
I'm gonna say
I'll pitch in.
I'm gonna say he.
Are you going to wear a thonger and do it, though?
I want your balls to smack on it.
Yeah, I want balls on it. Balls
on
and
the
icing.
cake?
Yeah,
Actually, not in your butt, just your balls.
Yeah, I just want your balls in a cake.
Yeah.
Tea bag of cake.
Yes.
How much for
There was
you?
a medium.
No, back
there
and
was
forth
a
on
medium
it.
that did ask me
swing
to
it.
do something with Seth. I think they asked me to give him like a foot job or something. I don't know. It was something
It was a
weird.
foot job. I wrote the video.
That's Canadian Josh, that pervert.
It was a foot job. It was a foot
Do
job,
you
and
know
we
what
talked
the
about
fuck
this.
it
You're
was?
pretending to not know I said this.
I'm trying to think of how much it would take for me to put my balls
I know
on
that's
a
why it was
cake
quiet for a
on the
second.
internet.
It's no, not on the internet. It's a private video, dude.
Yeah,
This
but
is a
it-
private
but
video.
Only me and
like
Daniel have it.
Norm will post it as soon as I in the BDM page as soon as I send it
Why
to
do you
him.
think Norm's going to be the one
Well, because
requesting it?
Norm is a crazy freak.
Oh, my God.
You can't show balls on the Facebook page anyway.
No,
Well, that's your rules. But yes, you can
Yeah,
break
but
it.
No,
it's hard
but
to say
Discord,
now.
So let me-
Discord, we
can I ask you a serious
but
question
what-
about the cake video? When you did it, do you have to be mindful of, was it photos or videos? And do you have to be mindful because for guys, it's kind of weird. Like our butts, like most of our stuff is in the front. You know, if anything, if we spread our legs, things will hang down sometimes if you're lucky enough to have that. Most of us don't. But like for ladies, everything's kind of close. Do you have to be careful with angles?
Yes and no, kind of. I guess it was both videos and pictures.
Wow.
But when sitting on the cake, I'm actually kind of surprised that nothing went up because that would have sucked. But like, I didn't really have that problem. Like, I just covered myself in icing that I bought, and everything was basically covered. So
Boom.
we
There
just
you go.
found a way
See,
to
Tom,
like,
it's easy.
hide
How do they
myself
want? Like, I'm
in a
wondering.
sense.
Get the cake. Start the feast. Where's my flute?
The people that are into that, do they tell you, like, I want you to smash down under hard in the
I want it
initial?
hard, and I want a good 2 to 3 inches of the roses that they have right touching your labia.
No, I'm like, do they want you to smash it hard or slowly sink into it? I'm just.
Or both. Give me a fast one and give me a slow
All
one.
right, Tom.
They
Jeez.
didn't
No, I'm
give
just-
me
I
any,
mean,
like
the guy paid for it.
requirements. They just said to smash my ass on the cake and just kind of, I don't know. They originally wanted it to be like 7 to 10 minutes long, but I was like, that's a really long time to just smash.
Yeah,
my
what the
ass on
hell?
the cake. Like,
Annihilate that cake for 7 minutes.
The stuff that falls on the floor. Eat it off the ground.
Listen, what does that person get out of that?
7 to 10 minutes of
no, it's just-
masturbating to a woman putting her ass in a cake. I guess.
Yeah, but is it the cake part? Is the fact that
I think it's the fact of them telling me something to do and me doing it.
Yeah, it's a power play. It's a power play.
Yeah. I like that you're acting as if you did not write this. You're like, what is
I
the
know.
appeal here? Is it a god complex of some sort? Is it a god? A god?
Weren't you like big into the Tiffany pictures of her sitting on a basketball?
Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah, that's for the radio. I wasn't into that.
Everything was fake then. I'm real now.
No, but I'm saying that for entertainment. I would never pay someone to commission a video of that because, well, it doesn't seem
Well,
like.
it wouldn't be your bag. You're right. You wouldn't buy that.
But we would for you. 100%.
Yeah. So how much to put your balls in the cake?
So, Tracy, what have you turned down? I'm curious.
Well, I turned down the one where they were asking me and Seth to partake in that foot job or whatever it was.
Foot job.
And then
My dick's just too
masturbation
expensive.
videos, like obviously I don't do things like that
Yeah.
or like any porn
No.
stuff like that. But I haven't really gotten too many. I feel like people are very shy to ask me to do videos. But just the whipped cream and the
The
ice
cake.
cream cake.
Huh.
Oh, it's an ice cream cake.
No, sorry,
Oh,
Yeah.
not ice cream. That would have been way too cold.
I want you to freeze your vagina.
All right, Tracy. Well, good luck with your OnlyFans. Again, it's Wednesday Collects on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
If any,
He
anyone
can't
wants to
remember the
subscribe.
website for any of our clients.
I know,
but he
that
knows
is true.
Yeah. Is it Fairvilla.com or FairvillaMegastar.com? I don't know. Wednesday Collects.
And and whatever you do, all the money that you make off this, do not commingle it with Seth's money.
Don't
because
put it into the boat.
He's doing.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, he's at the midlife crisis age.
Yeah.
I don't know
Except
if you know
his hair
this.
fell fast.
This is this is midlife. I mean, a male's human age expectancy is like 78. I mean, Seth's good help at 85. He's right there.
But there were the steroids years, which we don't have any data on that.
That didn't do good.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
And so now it's the Thunder in Paradise boat, the Hellcat. I mean, it's going to be waste of
that's the only time I spend my money as a couple toys.
What are you pulling with this? You're going to use your Scout?
The Scout.
Okay.
The Scout. I guess that money, too, I'm using. Okay, so those
Man,
three...
you're just dumping cash.
I'm trying to sell my motorcycle.
You got to get rid of this motorcycle.
Yeah, no, I just don't use it.
All right, Tracy, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, babe.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Later. Thank you. She's so sweet.
No, she disagrees with all my decisions for clothing.
No, she's just not as into it as you are. That's what I heard. But she's
once
still
I
supporting
get it,
you doing it.
I feel like she will be.
I don't think she's unsupportive at all. She's just she was honest about she's not a boat person, but she didn't ever say.
But how does she know she's never been on a boat? You don't know if you're a boat person unless you do something on a boat.
So you guys will give it a go. But I didn't hear her. Did it sound like she was unsupportive?
She said she tried to talk him out of buying the boat.
Yes, but I didn't think she sounded like, okay, he wants it, he's going to get it.
I think she's like, well, it's his money, he's going to do what he wants to do. But I don't think she thinks it's a good idea.
Listen,
well, she made that clear.
Yeah.
Every boat person that I've met that's into boating is nostalgic about it and had a boat growing up.
Right. And they weren't the one in charge of it, and they didn't have to do all the shit.
And then that's what's keeping the dream alive because they're always chasing that time they went out with their old man and they
it was all summer fun.
Yeah, summer fun, and then they get a boat themselves.
And it's all hassle and work.
If you don't have that, like Tracy, if Tracy didn't grow up on boating, she's gonna be like, it's hot as fuck out of here, and we're standing in the same goddamn sandbar.
What do you do when you go to the beach? You lay on the beach and just relax and sit in the sand. Sometimes you go in the water.
Yeah, but it's usually not for I don't know, man. When I go to the beach now, it's like for 2.5 hours and I'm out.
But you don't have to take the boat out all freaking day. You can literally go out for
it's hard to do a boat in and out quickly. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. With the towing it, and then
it's a process,
and then you got to wash it and upkeep.
We washed it like my buddy's boat that he took me on. We washed it out on the sea, like we were on the sea, on the lake. We just dumped buckets in the thing, scrubbed it down. Like
what's 8 months from now? What are we talking?
Oh, you're doing it back?
Yeah, no, it's back. We're talking March, April. The first spring. So 1 year.
Okay, 1 year.
No,
1 year from now.
No,
8 months.
Okay, well, I guess.
I'll undercut your bet.
You think it'll be sold in 8 months?
I just think he won't use it, and he'll see that it's dying on the vine because boats do. And if you don't get him to somebody that uses it, then everything starts breaking on it. It's like a motorcycle. That's why I would worry about my bike if I were you. I'd have somebody riding that thing all the time.
Well, you start screaming. I haven't used it in a month and a half. It's been sitting there. I pay for storage. I just put a new goddamn.
I'll give you, for instance, I set an alarm. Clean. This makes me crazy, but I set an alarm in my phone for my scooter to make sure that I give it a full hour run or something at least once a month really good. Because I am obsessed with it not going the way that Andrea's scooter did when I got busy starting this business and I wasn't riding it at all. And then it just
breaks
started, everything starts breaking on.
Hey, listen, I mean, I'll tell you, but you could follow me in my boat and I'll show you around, show you the waterways.
That's dangerous for you, though. And then there's a swamp scenario going on there. You
can listen to my radio as we go because I have an $8,000 upgrade on it.
Whoa! $8,000
that's what he told me.
You got the speakers that are pointing back towards the wakeboarders.
Unnecessary wakeboard speakers. Yeah, who's that for? The birds.
You've got a $7,500 bladder system that you fill with water so that you could wake surf on the back.
You can adjust the level of wave.
It's completely unused. It will have spiders in it in 2 months. I can't wait for the spiders to get into your bladder.
Oh my god.
That's what's gonna happen. Full of spiders.
That's what happened to yours.
Well, no, because that's what's gonna happen when you don't use your goddamn wakeboard boat bladder because there's no use for it. Because all you want to do is go to Lake Conway and sit on a sandbar.
Sandbar.
You could have done that on a John boat.
You could have
for $1,500.
You could have rented a boat. All right. All right. Take a break.
Let's take this shot.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I picked up this the other day. This is ABC's 1941 vodka. And we're going to take a shot of this.
Yeah, we're not even doing any mixes.
Yeah, we're not doing a mix.
Butler's off today, so fuck
Shop
it.
patrol.
We're just doing shop patrol.
That's
yeah.
right.
Who's on your show? That's a good...
So we're recording tomorrow for Semantics. We're going to have retired podcast host Chris Fisher.
Oh, he's
as
going to
well
be
as,
mad at you for saying that.
No, it's true. You can't be mad at the truth. And his grumpy companion, Dan Grun.
There you
that
go.
you guys might
All
know
the grump.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can handle the truth, though.
Cheers.
But go grab this vodka. It's extremely affordable and it's good.
That's good, man.
Smooth.
That's smooth, good 1941 ABC's brand vodka.
Yep, you can pick that up. And
It's on sale right now this week. So
It is. They're doing a deep sale on it. Pick some up, make some drinks with it, or send your recipes to show@tomanddan.com.
Or Travis at tomanddan.com.
Yes.
He's the one that prints them out and makes them. So.
Indeed. The name of the band is Wilder. The name of the song is Bad Bad Luck, which is exactly what Seth will have on his boat. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. Self-care, wellness, take care of yourself. These are things that we think about, but probably not very often.
Yeah.
I mean, Americans traditionally don't think of taking care of themselves, whether it's getting enough sleep, whether it's eating correctly, whether it's exercising, or sex is another part of self-care and being healthy. It's something that you are supposed to do.
You know, it's interesting because we buy a lot of stuff for everything else in our lives, right? Like we buy the best pillows, we buy anything to cook. Like I'm gonna get my sous vide, to cook my.
You'll buy a bread maker, but you won't buy anything for the bedroom.
You won't buy a wedge. It's pretty simple that increases the fun
Dare I
in
say
the bedroom.
that Deborah from Fairville Mega Store would appreciate this statement. Bread maker or wedge? Fuck the bread maker. Wedge all day.
Also, there's lots of products that maybe you don't even know about that it can increase your quality of life. The sex with your partner.
You might have an issue. Well, they have heard every issue under the sun, and they're the nicest and most educated staff that you will ever find at any sexual wellness store.
Yeah.
And you can't even call it a store. It's bigger than that. It's like a friggin' upscale department store.
Dude, a healthy sex life, great for your mental stability, your mental wellness.
Yeah, it really is.
And your overall quality of life. Fairville Mega Store, their staff is great. No one's judging you. You walk in there, they'll help you find whatever you want, whether you want massage oils, whether you want to sit on some machine.
Oh, yeah.
It's going crazy.
I mean,
they got everything. Everything.
You get a small little tingly knit lip balm. You can go there, or you can get a butt plug that literally is the size of the Twin Towers.
Too soon. Anyway, there's multiple locations. The Fairville Mega Store and OBT. You got Secrets Hideaway.
Hideaway. Ooh, fancy tongue.
God damn it.
Secrets Hideaway.
The Fairville on the coast, International Drive, and of course Key West. You can find all the information at fairvilla.com.
Yep, and go to YouTube and subscribe to Fairville Mega Store University. It's Fairville U. Why did I end on an up note there? Leave this in. It's Fairville U. You? Do you know who that is?
No.
That's Turnstile.
All right.
Some people like them. Some people hate them. I like them. They have a new album out. They're where they get the hate is from traditional people that love hardcore music. Anytime you get like a newer band that tries to do something that's very, very important to people, you get some heat.
Yeah.
And they're like a newer, considered hardcore band, but then you get the guys that are like, well, they're not hardcore. Like, I'm not here to debate that. I'm just saying I like the album, and what they're doing right now has got like elements of like electronic music in it, and I've never heard that in hardcore music, so give it a spin. Love them or hate them. That is Turnstile. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
So, when was it? 2 days ago, Daniel came back all flustered.
I think so, yeah.
Sweating, and was it yesterday?
It might have been yesterday.
It was yesterday.
Was it yesterday or the day before?
It was yesterday because I had the conversation with Maisie, and
Last night?
that's a whole different animal that we'll get into.
So Daniel comes back. He's flustered. He's like, "Oh man, I got a confrontation with this guy."
And typically, Dan doesn't go. It's either me or Butler or both of us usually walk with you.
I wish that somebody.
So this time you were by yourself.
I really wish that somebody had been walking with me, namely Tom. No, I don't know. Either of you would have been an excellent choice. You or Sam. And Sam probably, out of both of you, Sam would have had none of this. Sam would have had no tolerance for this.
Well, I'll explain how I would have handled it with you.
Do you want me to tell the story?
Yeah.
Okay, I walked over to get food. I ask you every day. We ask, you need food? You need food?
Yeah.
It's like the rigmarole of working here. Mm-hmm. And then we walk to Publix to get food. Twofold, you get a little bit of stretch in your legs, which is definitely good because we have a sedentary job. The other thing, it's cool to have a Publix across the street.
And then you ruin it by bad food you get. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly. So I walk over there, and what did I get? I'm going to try to tell you what I got to reassure you that I did
full tombstone pizza.
I think I ate 2 Publix loaded Ultimates. So no, I think I got a turkey sandwich. But anyway, I'm walking back, and as I'm walking out of Publix, take my mask off because, I'm doing that again, trying to be safe, trying to do what I can.
What?
Yeah, I know. And I'm walking out, and there's a BMW. That's important to the story, I feel like, because, look, I love BMWs, I love fancy cars, but the people that do drive these cars...
I drove 2 BMWs.
Well, you're proving our point.
I love BMWs.
You admittedly said that you drive like a dickhead earlier.
You did.
A safe dickhead.
But
anyway.
I love
aggressively,
BMWs.
but safe.
I love BMWs, but traditionally, if you have a BMW, I do feel like you have more money, and if you have more money, I do traditionally feel like the stereotype is you're kind of a dick. So I'm walking out of the Publix, and there's a BMW, a big boy, 7 Series sedan, the big one.
Nice.
Look that up, Sam. I think it's the 7 Series. Really nice.
Some rich people become entitled
Yes.
and then think that it doesn't matter. Rightfully so.
I do what I want.
This is something
I'm rich. Fuck you.
If they did it, if they bust their ass and do hard work and they earn that money, then yeah, I mean, I feel like that they should be.
Oh my God! I think we're on the Buck Sexton's podcast.
I'll litter wherever I want. I mean, entitled
like
to be
that.
a
Okay,
dickhead.
not like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
you shouldn't be a dickhead.
entitled to want things your way.
Yeah, you
Not to be a dick about it, but if I want certain things my way, then yeah.
No, this doesn't fit the narrative. Let me explain.
Right.
So I walk out of Publix.
I understand what you're saying.
And I'm not saying that this guy shouldn't have a nice car. I'm just painting the picture, right? I'm trying to give you guys the details. Black BMW, I think a 7 Series, really long, big, very expensive car, over $60K, without a doubt. He's got it backed in. Now, these are diagonal parking lanes, meaning they're only one way.
Right.
They're diagonally
One-way
spaced.
aisles, yeah.
One-way aisles. There's only one way down. You cannot go the other way. It's every other one is, one is right, one is left. One is right, one is left. That's the way it works. He is backed in, so when he pulls out, he has to go the wrong way.
Right.
Automatically, I look at that and I'm like, that's fucking weird. That's that's what entitled, weird BMW people do. So, again, I love BMWs. So as I'm walking past the BMW, he cracks his door open, and it's the long, I want to say it's a 2-door. It's the long 2-door, nice, big door. He cracks the door open, and I can see by looking through his door that he's got the little Publix sushi tray on his lap. He's dressed really nicely. He's got like a nice button-down shirt, but it's buttoned down like almost down to his belly button, like low. Very low button with a lot of chains on his neck. He looks like a cross between younger Kenny Rogers with the black hair and the white hair and the beard, full black beard, jet black, very not Middle Eastern, but very much like and lots of like crosses and lots of Star of Davids and gold, just rings or tons of rings.
Is the BMW white?
No, black with the really nice. I love this look with the really nice baseball glove leather. That light tan.
So Adam Sandler in that movie, what is that? Diamond
Zohan.
What is that Diamond movie?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The character from that.
Yes, he looks like the Zohan or the guy from the Zohan that he played in the other movie.
Yeah.
So he's eating his sushi, and there's those little packages of soy sauce, the green packages. We all know what they are, and some like napkins. He opens his door, and he just takes the tray and dumps like 3 napkins and about 6 to 7 of those little green soy sauce packages and his chopsticks out of the door.
That's
on the parking lot,
and they all land on the ground, and he shuts his door. And I'm literally from me to you, where you're the door, and I'm walking. I have my mask on, I'm taking it off, and I'm holding my turkey sandwich. I look at him, and I see what he did, and I look at him, and I go, well, I'll just pick that up.
That was nice.
And
That's not what you said to him. That's not what you said to him.
I looked at him, I said, I'm thinking, I'm going to pick that up.
Oh, okay.
So he opens the door a little bit, and I was like, are you going to pick that up? I was like, I can pick that up for you. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I said, I can pick that up for you. And I opened my bag, and I was completely prepared to reach down right now and pick all that garbage up and just put it in my bag. I didn't want to fight. I don't have a problem. I wasn't chirping. I wasn't trying to be passive-aggressive. I could have been. Absolutely could have been.
Because you said, do you want me to pick that up for you?
Yeah, but I didn't. That's good.
It's a little shame.
You should have been pick that shit up, motherfucker.
But I promise
why are you
that's
littering?
super aggressive.
And Sam's right, and I'm glad she...
Passive, super.
Passive.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that's what you did.
So, do you want me to
she's right.
You're taking a chance by
But
doing
that's
that. Is what I'm saying.
good.
But
He's fucking littering like a dickhead.
But I'm
not
Anybody
saying
who
it's
litters is a
wrong.
fucking dickhead.
I just think it's important, though, to let you know that my point of like origin, where it was going, was I'll just pick that up. I don't want confrontation. I probably...
You could have just picked it up without saying anything, though. Because here's my point.
Yeah, but I was
fuck
worried.
that.
Well, I
You
was
gotta
worried.
tell him.
Well, hold on, before you say that...
But then you can't expect him not to react the way he did, is what I'm saying. Because you already know, A, that he's a dickhead, and so if he's willing to do what he did, not only the parking and throwing trash out, then he's most likely going to be a fucking dickhead.
No, I thought of this. I micro-thought of this. I promise you it did. When I saw the trash there, it was so close to his car door, I didn't want him to think I was like doing anything weird. If people get that close to my car, I get weird.
Oh, for sure.
And it was right outside the door. Like, honestly, I would have had to have been directly, like, if he'd opened his door...
you can't just pick up dickhead's garbage.
Well,
you gotta tell them.
Too. So I said, do you want me to pick that up? He opens his car door again, and then he looks at me, he's like, what? And I go, do you want me to pick that up? I'll pick that up. And he goes, I'll tell you what. I'll try to do a good impression. I'll tell you what. Since this fucking bothers you so much.
Is it Italian?
It was like this, though. It's like, since this bothers you so much, I'll get at him. No. You don't pick it up. I'll get out of my car, and I'll pick it up since it bothers you so much. So my reply was, okay. And then as I'm walking away, he goes, and you can go fuck yourself. And I go, and you park like a dickhead, because he was backed in. And he goes, you can go fuck yourself. I'll fuck you up. You can go fuck yourself. You can go fuck you. He's just doing that. And I'm doing the thumb out, and I'm doing get it out. And I said, there it is. Get it all out, old man. That was the only thing I said. I go, get it all out, old man. I give him the thumb. I go, get it all out of me. Okay.
I hope he was real.
Like
and none of us know because he's just telling us his perspective.
No, but then he wasn't really old. I promise you. Pretty tall cat, maybe 6'2", 6'3". And as I was walking...
40s or 50s?
I would say late 40s, early 50s.
Okay,
older than me, a little older than me. And I'm walking away, but all I could think of while I was walking away is how mad I was. And also that this guy was so angry that I think he's going to do something to me as I'm walking back to the studio. So I just continue to walk because, like, I kind of feel like it was one of those instances.
Did he pick it up?
He did pick it up. I don't know.
It worked.
He did pick it up. Yes, he did. Good. But he put it back in his car. I'm sure as soon as I walked away, he just opened his door and put it all out there and fuck this guy.
I thought he would drive by you and then throw it at you.
It really bothered me. God, I'm getting all sweaty talking about it. It really bothered me in the fact that...
It's a good feeling, though. The adrenaline rush. Oh.
The adrenaline rush is good, but it's only...
but you're a big fucking meathead.
Right.
You don't have to be worried about someone actually beating your ass.
That's what I want to talk about.
I thought this old man... Well, I wasn't concerned that he... Like, if he and I had gotten into a scuffle, I am confident enough, even foolishly confident enough, to think that I would come out on top. I really believe that, and I know I'm little, but I honestly believe that this old man was not going to get the best of me. What I was honestly worried about, was that this guy would either try to hit me with his car, continue it a little more, and make me feel more threatened, pull out a gun. I thought he was going to ratchet it up, and it got to a point where I can't say it was not scary a little bit. It was because I'm like, oh no, I'm going to have to fucking defend myself because I told a guy to not be a shit human and throw his trash on the floor.
You put your keys like this.
This is why, and this is part of the personality, Daniel, that I like in the fact that, and maybe you didn't even know it, but were you saying, hey, do you want me to pick that up for you? Was passive aggressive.
It was.
And
I can see that now.
Good to do that, because I would have seen that and just kept walking, because not because I don't think that's a dickhead move or that motherfucker deserves to pick that shit up, because who the fuck are you littering in Publix? Like, I go to this Publix. I don't want to see litter. Fuck you, you motherfucker. Like, don't go walk to the trash like every other.
How would you have handled this?
I just kept walking because and not for
he wouldn't have noticed.
That guy deserves to be told, pick your shit up. Don't litter here, you piece of shit. You know, and or even politely say, hey, do you want me to pick that up for you, passive aggressively? Because you can be polite and passive aggressive because you're not, you know. And
I wasn't rude to the guy at all until I told him he parked like a dickhead, and then when he said you can go fuck yourself repeatedly, I was sort of egging him on a little bit with the thumb up, because I was like, but I was still walking away because I figured if he starts rushing me, I'm gonna have to swing this turkey sandwich and it's not gonna help me much. I'm gonna have to whack him in his old head or something. I don't know.
But I would have done the math where, all right, if this situation escalates to a point of no return, because it will for me. If I told someone something and then he's like, what the fuck are you going to do? I'll be like, all right, fuck you. What are you going to do? Because I mean, like, I can hold my own, but I don't want to.
You know what?
Because I've done the math, and I'm like, what are we going to do? Start rolling around?
My point is that rolling around. You know this guy's going to react this way because you already know he's a fuck. You've done the dickhead math.
But I like that Daniel did this, and more people should do it. And this leads me to ask Seth this, because Seth.
Yes, you both should have taken my karate, and then it would have taught you exactly what to do. It would have given you the peace of mind to know that your body's a weapon and you could have done anything, so just be peaceful about it.
But it escalating.
What if it came to that? You could Yakuzuki him in the head.
But to a fighting situation is no good for anybody, because I got a family, I accidentally kill this guy, or I'm wrestling around, or he punches me and I fucking lose my teeth. You know what I'm saying? Right. I try to slip a punch and he gets me right in the front teeth and then he knocks my teeth backwards. And I'm like, fuck. And now I got to get $30,000 in dental work. And
months of recovery.
And then all for what? Or are we rolling around in the Publix parking lot? They call the police. Jordan, the Publix manager, bans me, trespasses me from Publix.
I hate to do it, man.
I think Jordan would be down with you, because he doesn't want people throwing trash in his parking lot either.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jordan would have walked out and whipped that guy's ass.
Right. No, it would have been all on film, and as long as they do something first, then you would have been fine.
That's true.
Nothing would have happened.
It was on film.
Yeah, but they called the cops.
I can ask Jordan to pull the tape of him throwing the trash.
A lot of times they cycle that out in 24 hours. I might want to call him now.
That's it. If a scuffle happens, they pull it right away. That way you can show that.
Yeah, but you got to report it. Yeah,
I'm too old to be sitting on a curb with my neck stretched out, huffing and puffing, because that's what happens. That's how every fight I've ever seen ends.
It would have been for a good cause, a really good cause.
I was worried about that, though. I thought about that. I was like, this is going to escalate.
Everybody trashily gets sit on a curb while the cops are there filling out paperwork. Your neck hole is all pulled out because you were wrestling with the guy
like at the Rams football game. You're doing that. Next thing you know, you get your face smashed in.
Yeah. So anyway, with Seth, I'm curious.
Seth never has to worry about this, right?
I don't think I told you guys this. I almost got in a fist fight 2 weeks ago, riding on one of the scooters in Thornton Park.
You and these scooters are getting in a lot of trouble.
You gotta stay off the scooters.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You gotta stay off the scooters.
With Dan, it's Publix. With you, it's scooters.
So, but the guy was the one that backed down.
That's our point. Was he a little guy?
Yeah, no, he was actually pretty big.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Big country guy got out of his truck, and then I humbled off the scooter because he almost hit me. I was going straight on the curb. He was making a right turn. I went straight, and he didn't see me. He stepped on his brakes, and I kind of jumped off. The scooter went flying, and I kind of like ran to like slow down. I turned to him, and he started yelling at me, like, "You're supposed to stop, motherfucker! You had the same thing as." I'm like, "I'm not supposed to stop. I'm going straight. There's no stop sign. There's no reason for me to stop. You're supposed to stop as you turn to look for pedestrians going across the sidewalk." Bullshit. So he got out of his truck, started stepping. I was like this at the time. I turned around and started walking toward him, and then he like backstepped.
I saw your ears.
Sat back down in the truck.
This guy bought on Hulk Hogan's boat. I'm out of here.
But he wasn't small. He was big, so I didn't think he was going to do that. I thought we were going to come to fists.
I mean, he can be real big if he doesn't know how to fight.
Exactly.
Your ears tell a tale.
I don't know if he looked at my ear. I don't know if he was like.
Well, I mean, just your physique. I mean, if you get out of the car, I mean, you don't have a belly in your T-shirt. It's like, oh shit.
But it was kind of like that. It was
even
like
fighting a thin crackhead is hard. Fat people are easy. It's just like you get a thin crackhead is like wiry, slapping your face.
What I was curious about is like in Seth in this scenario, if he tell the guy pick that shit up or whatever, the guy most likely isn't going to escalate it because Seth told it, like, or is he?
Money will do strange. If he has got money, he won't give a care.
What bothered me the most was what he said. Like, if you analyze what he said, like when I pointed it out, because I was just pointing it out. Like, it was literally the most egregious littering thing I've ever, like, dumping.
Well, he knows littering is bad. He's not an idiot.
And when I pointed to
everybody knows
it was kind of like his window's up, I'm pointing at it, and then when he got out, the thing that made me think you're like a psycho is like, since this bothers you so much.
Yeah, it does.
But like,
and it should bother you too.
It should bother him.
Exactly. It should bother you too.
He didn't want that. He didn't want that juice and all the nastiness in his BMW. But you have a Publix bag. You put it in the Publix bag. You tie it.
Correct.
Also, did you eat in your fucking BMW?
Yeah, that's gross.
You know what I mean? Like, take your fucking trash out.
Yeah, just go. Can't you wait a couple minutes till you get home to eat your sushi, you piece of shit?
Hopefully his wife is cheating on him or something.
He doesn't have a wife. That's a narcissistic personality of, I don't give a shit.
Pick up my trash.
Someone else will clean this up, and I don't have time for it. Also, who else cares? They pay a cleaning service to come through at the end of the night.
Yep.
Or like,
that's what he was saying.
You start justifying.
It's a parking lot. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, but that's bullshit. No one wants to walk past your trash on the floor. Like, everybody else throws away their trash. If everybody did that, if fucking we were walking around trash, like...
Dude, that's one of the best kids' books.
I'll
throw that out. There's a kid book called that, If Everybody Did This. It's a great book, man, but it kind of teaches your son or daughter that, look, if everybody acts like this fucking BMW dick, then we're fucked.
Yeah. But that's good. Dude, I'm proud of you, man. Because
you've never said that. Maybe choke on the water. Yeah.
That's
you know what? I'm going to sit on a cake for you.
Wait, he should sit on a cake for you.
No, he's done enough.
You know,
what has he done?
One compliment. He's never done. That's the first one I've ever gotten.
By the way, when Jana told me on tonight's ACT that I was right about that, it got right to my head. I think I know everything.
He came in this morning.
That anyway.
He came in this morning dancing on Sunshine. I'm like, you got a blowjob. He's like, no, sir. I got a compliment.
But the same, I've told you in the past, I'm like, you're too reactionary. Like, don't take a beat. Don't say anything.
I am too reactionary.
But in these scenarios, we need people like you to do that shit because people like me will just walk by.
I get what you're saying, and like part of me like is like yes, but then in the other part of me is like that could also end very badly, where people fucking take shit to the extreme and either fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can ask.
Like I said, it's for a cause.
A lot of those situations,
like death. You're a martyr now. You're a martyr for fucking littering in Publix.
But that guy's not going to kill.
A wife and child.
Okay, maybe not littering, but if it was like an animal thing or a kid, somebody like a kid being abused. No matter what, you say
if
something.
If Daniel would have escalated the situation to a point where
I wanted to.
You're now fighting the guy and he pulls out his concealed weapons and shoots you in the chest.
Well, what I'm saying is, you already know this guy's a fucking dickhead, right? Then he comes out aggressive.
Yeah, but Daniel did the right thing and said, all right, and kept walking and didn't that guy was like, fuck you.
I wanted to escalate it.
He didn't escalate it. He just said.
Yeah, but sometimes just that is enough for somebody to pop off and fucking kill you.
That's
Most
what I
time,
thought.
It's the person that's the escalation gets to the murder and not necessarily.
Seen a lot of road rage incidents where that's not the case.
Well,
like that lady
busting out people's windows and shit.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago, that lady got an axe through her windshield.
Yeah, people are crazy out there, man.
That's I feel,
and
I gotta believe
my axe with me in my car.
That was you.
That's the anomaly, and you shouldn't be scared of the the anomaly. Most people aren't murdering someone over, hey, do you want me to pick that up for you? And then is not going to kill you with a gun. Now they will kill you if you're fighting them and winning the fight, and then they do some stupid thing where they pull out their concealed weapons and they kill you, and then claim self-defense. But it got to that point.
Which they could.
Don't get to the point where that could happen. I'm saying you making a comment, that's at least you made the comment, and maybe that guy, and chances are he won't change his ways, but at least someone said some shit because he's been doing that for years.
What I do is I hand him my business card and I say, come sign away from my gym, we'll fucking do this. That's what I said.
There's a scenario here though where I I do escalate it, where he's continuing to say, you can go fuck yourself, you can go fuck yourself. And then in my creative mind, I turn around instead of doing, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Instead of doing the thumbs up and sort of egging him on with a get it all out, old man. I think I said, get the anger out. And you know what's funny? Is that
See, that could be enough for somebody, that passive aggressiveness.
But Sam, believe me when I tell you, I get so mad that I cannot give you an accurate representation of what I said at that time,
right,
because the walk from that black to that door there, I literally was having a mental fucking freak out because there is a part of me, and I do have a temper, and you guys know I do, where there's a part of me where I turn around and I go, I can go fuck myself, and I drop my turkey sandwich, and I'm like, oh my, and I just run to him, and now I'm tussling with this old man covered in jewelry. I'm ripping his fucking jewelry up, and I'm punching him.
I can see you running like
what? Let's call Jordan and find
he
this
wasn't
video.
old. He was
like
early 50s, dude. I'm telling you, early 50s, rich, looked like Kenny Rod, kind of looked like the Blackstone, the magician. He had a long, dark gray salt and pepper, more black than white beard, and kind of a Kenny Rogers salt and pepper haircut, open shirt, Star of David, lots of... he kind of looked like a jeweler. He looked like a jeweler.
Start calling people out on their shit more. Like,
I'm dead.
No, you'll be fine. I mean, chances are you're not going to be murdered. That's the anomaly. But everybody's afraid of them getting murdered because they see those videos and like, well, I don't want to get murdered.
So nobody says anything.
So nobody says anything because they're like, I don't want to get murdered. Well, you're not going to get murdered. That's 1 in a million. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you also don't want to walk to get a turkey sandwich, though, and have to feel the level of anger and anxiety that I felt coming back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
well,
God,
that doesn't happen all the time either.
It's just an energy suck. I hate it.
Yeah,
it's not a good feeling.
Or you walk
unless you get it out.
That's you have almost gotten fights with other old men at that Publix, so there might be a situation with you and old men at Publix.
I run my mouth too much to old people.
Speaking of fights, the 2 times I went out in the boat, there's almost been 2 people arguing, like yelling at a boat. Like, boats anger people. Like,
oh, you're going to love that.
For race or for boat rage.
I was like, holy
love
shit.
The way you look.
And he even told me that he's like, yeah. He's like, you're gonna get an argument. You're gonna yell. I'm like, oh shit.
I've never gotten an argument.
Oh really?
Well, he hates confrontation.
I avoid it. Now there was that time
Someone
with the battery.
Someone will crash into his boat and he won't say shit.
Well, I'll do the math.
I'm sorry.
You know? My fault.
No, I'll tell someone.
My bad. I was taking too long here on this dock.
It's just you getting into arguments. It usually like most people don't play out the scenario where, all right, me telling a person this, what is that going to do? Is it going to? It's going to make if really it's only going to make you feel better.
Yeah.
And that's something Daniel will spout out, which needs to be done. I'm telling you, my way is ruining the world because I just go about my life minding my own business, and then I'm letting people fucking be dickheads all around me.
Maybe there's a happy medium somewhere.
Yes,
in there,
of course.
But Daniel's the happy medium. Tell him
that's not happy medium.
Well, what else are you going to do?
In this instance, it was. There have been others that it was not.
How else are you going to stop that guy from littering?
You're not. That's not stopping him either.
Yeah, well, that at least
second guess it.
It at least maybe before he throws out his next trash, he's like, "Fuck!" If someone's walking by,
he's gonna look around and be like, "Nobody." Boom.
Well, he looked around.
He's
now.
an inherent dickhead.
He didn't look around before, so you changed it. You know what I'm saying? Now he's looking around. So you and then maybe you made him a little like.
Maybe you ruined his day for the rest of the day too. So
if you get self-conscious about other people seeing you do something, maybe that stops that behavior. I'm just saying, like, doing nothing is not the way. And then escalating it to the point where you're fighting in the parking lot isn't the way either.
No.
I think you got the perfect amount of.
It hurt my chest.
Amount of
now, if he would have got his ass kicked in the Publix parking lot, would you say the same thing?
Well, that would imply that Daniel actually engaged into a fight. I mean, the guy could run after you as you run.
Oh no, I already
jumped on top, but he's not going to do that. When does that ever happen?
No, but
when does someone chase you and beat you up?
I had already committed as I was walking. Okay, because I have a vivid imagination and it works rapid fast. You guys know, I was already running not the numbers, but running scenarios in my head of like this guy's pulling a gun out right now because he was still yelling as I was walking away for a long time.
That's not going to happen.
I understand that, but you also got to understand understand that I'm working with an imagination kind of station here. I'm not working with it.
Your adrenaline is fucking
spiked.
Yeah,
and I'm hungry, so I'm walking. Yeah, my blood sugar's cranking. So I'm walking back, and I'm thinking,
why it started. He was hangry.
I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna shoot me. And as I'm walking, what do I do if I hear footsteps and he's like running after me? I was like, what are you gonna do? And I'd already convinced myself that I would run too, and I'd run into the Publix and be like, yo, call the cops. You got a fucking crazy guy out here.
But he's never going to get to that point.
I don't think so either, but I was prepared.
Look at all the fights we see now in sports stadiums and stuff. It always involves people yelling at each other for an extended period of time. And who knows when it started, because most people turn on the cameras middle of it.
Midway.
So it probably started escalating way before they turn on the cameras. And either in every scenario, in every one of these fights that I've watched, either person could have ended it by walking away. Right. And they didn't, and it escalated to they got to throwing punches. Right.
In the Rams fight, they did walk away, except somebody's wife decided that she just wanted to fling her drink and keep it moving.
Yeah, well, that guy turned around and started swing,
slapping everybody in the face.
Bad. So he escalated to the point. I mean, he could have turned around and threw his drink at the whatever, or just left. I'm just saying that it always escalates to the fight. It never really ends up where you tell someone something and they just kill you. I mean, I'm sure that's happened, but that's 1 in 10 million.
Sure.
Anyway,
well, I hated it. I hated every moment of that. You know what I mean? Like it's such a.
But
fucking...
then you were telling Maisie about it last night, or discussing it over dinner, and then something happened.
Dovetail into this one. So I'm telling Maisie about it, and we're all sitting there eating dinner, and Maisie's like, what happened? I was like, well, I was walking out of Publix. This old man started. I told him about the trash, and then he started yelling at me, and then he started yelling a lot of bad words, and she's like, what did you do? And I was like, well, I just kept walking. And she's like, okay. She's like, what words was he saying? And I was like, Maisie, I can't tell you what words he was saying. They're bad words. He was just cursing and saying bad words. She's like, was it the F word? And I go, well, no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what word it was. Was it the S word? And I'm like, May, I'm not going to tell you what word it was. Was it the N word? And I'm like, May, and then I'm like, who? And so
that's what I said. I
stopped dinner and I go, who has been walking through the words with you?
Right. Yeah.
And apparently there's some second grader that will go in and ask her, do you know the F word? Do you know the S word? Do you know the N word? And do you know the P word? He's like, really? I got F, S, P, and N. Those were the ones I got last night.
The second grader just telling them the letter?
Yeah, I don't think she knows the words.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked her, and she's like, I don't know. He just says the letters. And I'm like, well, tell him to leave you alone.
Well, yeah, I mean, Max has said that,
he influences these fucking little animals out there.
That's what you got to worry about.
I know. You'll grow up to be this old Kenny Rogers trying to beat my ass.
Because even if they don't learn it at home, they'll learn it at school or their friends or their friends' houses.
But all my sons have learned that the actual letter for the word. They
know how to spell it all.
I thought of that, and I hate that.
Kids can't read yet.
But I'm saying like...
Yeah, they can.
He said that he had to say Christmas to his boy. One after the other.
It's just his way of doing it. It's his process.
Lazy. The Crystal told Tommy and Max to stop asking for Nintendo because she's had enough or whatever. No, she's like, no more Nintendo.
It gets like that a little bit in our house, too.
You know the days when you can play it, and you know the time.
Wednesday, Saturdays, YouTube.
Quit asking every hour. Can we play Nintendo now? Anyway. So then they've started referencing Nintendo as the N-word.
Oh my god!
Well, they don't know anything because they know they say S word. They mean
harmless
stupid
to them because they don't understand. They don't know that word.
They think S word is stupid and they think C word is crap.
Yeah,
because and so then they're using the same radio bullshit as saying the word.
Yeah. Maisie knows the word fuck, the letter because she read it on a glass I bought at the Nook on Robinson, and it says Orlando is fuck or something like that, and she fuck. She knows what it is.
So Max
she doesn't know what it is, but she knows.
I was going to say she knows.
No. She just knows it's a bad word and it's fuck.
Max has in front of family come up to me and said, "Hey, can I play the N word?"
That's where you got to correct that, man, because that's gonna.
Well, what am I going to tell him? Like that?
Why can't he say the word Nintendo?
Because Crystal's like, stop saying the goddamn word Nintendo.
with Mama.
Then you're gonna have to readjust how
Okay,
you
so
handle that
Nintendo's
situation.
Nah, it's a fun party trick.
Impossible to handle.
Nintendo's now
Impossible to handle.
the NR word.
want to parent my children.
It's the same letters. Never mind.
So
I was gonna say Nintendo's now NI, but
no.
Yeah, he can say
It
switch.
doesn't work.
Switch.
So let's do some Seth news. You got a couple stories?
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you have some stories. Do you have anything today?
yeah, of course. I've always got something.
Get your
Whether it's good or not, it's up to you.
MRIs trying to prove he's gonna die. The CD is kicking in with every new hit at the gym. He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but the Russian won't call him back. And we all forgot about that fight. Just won't prove for long you're gonna die. It's Seth Petrozelli with your douche bro news. Narps.
News brought to you by White Claw. Hashtag Claw Me. Still my favorite hard seltzer.
Ooh, what do you got?
I
Got the tangerine over here.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Prefer White Claw's flavors to any other hard seltzer.
They are the best flavors by far.
So what do we got, Seth?
I was just picturing my intro. I want to get an updated one when I get the boat. I just want to be like have a real cool intro, like of me, like
All right.
douchebagging it on the
I'll
boat.
rent some drones and we'll get a crew.
The problem is we're going to have to
should have
change it once you sell your boat in 6 months.
Yeah, we'll just go back to this one.
Yeah,
I'll save
okay.
it. I'll save it.
All right. You guys haven't been on in a little bit. You guys haven't talked about anything about Dr. Dre and his daughter or anything like that?
No.
No. What happened?
I don't really know anything about it. To
Oh,
tell you
good.
the
Okay.
truth.
Well, then Dr. Dre's, his oldest daughter, has shared that she is currently homeless and not receiving any help from her hip hop mogul father.
Maybe she forgot about Dre.
There it is.
Latoya Johnson, she's 35 years old, said
I
that
almost ran after you, bunch of you. And now
Where's all your jewelry? Pick your sodium packets up.
sodium packets. Said that she is currently living out of a rental car and doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, and working a warehouse job to make ends meet. She said her father, who's worth about $800 million, was helping her financially, but he abruptly stopped helping her earlier in the year because she has spoken to the media about him. His lawyer says that the dad doesn't want to help me because I've spoken to him about the press, and I feel like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. So I don't know what she said to him in the press.
Well, that makes a difference, right? It's like,
Well,
I'm sure he's not mad that you said, like, my dad is the best rapper of all time. He's like,
And a
well,
great
fuck it.
dad.
Fuck
you.
But still, it's your
it
daughter.
has to do with what you said.
But could anything your son grown up, could anything he say about you stop you from like being your
Well,
son and like?
No, but there's a lot of more complicated stuff probably going on. And like, has she been an addict at any point? You know what I'm saying? Is there
Yeah.
problems here where like eventually
usually a trail.
Are you not, because parents can enable someone to death. You know,
yeah.
it happens all the time.
It does.
And then at a certain point, you are a better parent by cutting your kid off because they're making horrible decisions.
Agreed. But what about their kid, your grandkid, her
Yeah, she's
her
got
kids?
4 kids
She has
herself.
4 kids, and he doesn't. My kids are old enough now to know who he is, and she's
They
shocked.
live in her car.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's a rental car. It's not even her car.
yeah.
why is she living in a car? No one asked that.
Because she can't. What do you mean? Because she can't.
Well, why does she have a job? Why does
She does.
does.
She
She has
does
3
have a job.
jobs. She has 3
but she
jobs.
can't make ends meet with it.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, if you're Dr. Dre's daughter and now you're living in a car and you're blaming Dr. Dre for not helping you, why are you in the
I
current
agree.
situation?
She should have had her own life in order, but that's
Yeah.
not the case. So I would have sat my daughter. I would have been like, "Look, you screwed up. You need to get your life in order. I'll help you out until that happens, or something."
Wait a
like
minute.
that.
Is
Agreed.
Seth being more compassionate in this scenario than Tom Van?
Yeah. Well-
this is fucked up Friday then.
I just
Seth is like being a caring
I'm
and
doing it.
loving
I'm trying to-
father,
I'm trying to-
and Tom's like, cut her off.
Here's what I'm just doing the parent math. I imagine, and this I could be totally wrong. Dr. Dre could be a complete dickhead that treats his daughter and grandkids like shit, and and doesn't give him anything because he's a fucking greedy.
He has
dickhead.
definitely helped her out in the past.
Yeah,
so there might be a reason why.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm
Christine
saying.
says
Or-
that he gave her allowance and
He paid her rent, and gave her an
until
allowance,
January
of last year. Yeah.
Why doesn't she have any savings? I mean, 4 kids could eat away at your savings, I guess, if I'm trying to help Seth. But yeah, you probably should have tried to plan a little bit if I'm trying to help Tom.
If I was looking at a scenario, I assume that Dr. Dre loves his daughter, right? And then a lot of parents find themselves in this situation, and probably a lot of rich parents, where you have your kids expect you to give you money and take care of you and whatever. And maybe it's on him for not teaching her to take care of herself or to be responsible or whatever it is. That's on the parent. But sometimes it isn't. Sometimes people have mental illness and addiction problems, and parents they get to a point where they literally have to let their kid go homeless.
Yeah.
I mean,
this was a nightmare for me, by the way.
The kid, yes, but with the grandkids, that's just what would.
I'm going to enable my kids forever.
What I find odd,
but that's horrible.
And I'm like just now trying to read really fast about it. It's yes, he has helped her, and it seems like for most of her life, it seems like he has helped her until last January. She does have 4 kids, but supposedly he's never met any of these grandchildren, which is odd.
I always count on Sam doing way more research than I do.
Look at the smile on
I
his
should get
face.
50% of this goddamn.
I read the news, but then she goes really deep into it, and gets the details.
Dude, some families have fucked up situations, and I've seen a million.
I agree. At 38 years old, I mean...
Oh, she's 38.
She's 38 years old. At that point, your father's been helping you up until you were 37. I'm sorry. And you had those 4 children. That sucks, but either you need to...
Oh, man.
Yeah, figure it out.
Figure it out where they can get some help. You can get some help. It's not up to your father to help you.
Villainizing your dad and be like, he's not giving me money anymore. It's like...
But he did. So
guess what? We all don't get fucking money from our dads.
Not everyone has a dad that's worth $800 million.
Yeah. So
housework is a different story.
You're not getting compassion from the general public here.
She did start a GoFundMe, though, so she is getting compassion from the public.
This one is hard for me
because that's digital panhandling.
But it works.
Yeah, but it's famous digitally panhandling, because if she were not Dr. Dre's daughter and just had a GoFundMe, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, guess what? Everybody has financial problems. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe somebody overdrafted his own account buying digital airplanes on Microsoft Flight.
It seems as if
maybe that's a true fucking story. Maybe he argued with his wife Andrea,
claiming that she's been a single mother of 4 and that she lost her job during the pandemic, and it's been hard for her to find work. So she moved from Nevada to California to try and find more jobs, which did not work out, and now she's doing Uber Eats, DoorDash, and works in a warehouse facility, and she still can't afford a place.
In my life, and Sam and Seth and Daniel, you could weigh in on this, because I'm sure you.
I thought you were going to sing the Casey and JoJo song.
You've probably experienced the same reality. So there are people that I've come across in my life that perpetually have all these problems, and none of them are their fault, and it's the same thing, and it doesn't ever change. Now, people go through hard times, and I want to help those people. Like, everybody goes through a hard time. Everybody has some sort of hard time they need to get through, and maybe need a little help. And your friends and family will help you through that.
Right.
But they won't help you through it 30 times, and that's what happens. Is like the same shit. And I've been.
You have a breaking point.
How many times can you hit up in this person the same story, and it's like, hey, I got this and that. Is like at a certain point, you're like, what's up? Are you an addict? Are you you've made horrible decisions, and someone's got I can't enable you anymore. This is coming from a person that enables everybody, and I love enabling.
No, I know,
but I'm also realized that giving that person more things isn't going to change them, and then it's actually probably going to hurt them.
It does.
And I've seen the opposite of this is rich people just giving their kids money forever ruins them, and they become ruined adults that can't
or drug addicts.
Yeah, or addicts. Or
I have this multiple times in my own family. I have instances of it where my aunt, I can speak on her. There's some I can't even speak on because they're still around, but she was enabled to the point of extreme alcoholism and destitute, bag lady style, homeless, and then dead.
Yeah.
And then there's other people within my family that are the same way, where they're never quite accountable for the choices that they make, and it Yeah, and it doesn't
They're always
seem
the victim.
I don't like the
it's
news.
frustrating.
I don't like
and it's sad.
whoever reporting this, like reporting it as if Dr. Dre. And again,
Well, of
maybe
course they
he
would.
is, but of course, yeah, because it gets clicks.
that's
It's like
the story.
He's a
Because
band.
then it makes him look like the dickhead because he's got a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, let's focus on the fact that she's 38 and he basically has been paying her rent and giving her an allowance. A 37-year-old woman is getting an
Yeah.
allowance from her father.
Probably
That's
a lot.
fucking absurd.
I can imagine he's not.
I don't
like,
care if it's not a lot.
Yeah,
the fact that your dad is giving you I didn't get an allowance my entire life.
Okay,
Based
You
on
get an
what
allowance
Tom-
as a 37-year-old?
I mean, based on numbers of alimony he's paying now, which is what, $300,000 a month to one wife.
Yeah.
I would
He's
imagine
probably paying her a
that,
good allowance.
Yeah, I would imagine that Tom is correct in thinking that it's probably better than $20 a month.
And then I don't know what she. I don't know what
which
she.
is the only allowance I
And then
ever.
how do you spend that on? Where does it go? Like,
I mean,
how do
probably
you not buy a
wasting your
house
bad
with
of
it?
life. You
But
know what
if
I'm
you're
saying?
that bad of life, you at least have to buy a house with that money. Like, so you
No,
own
if you're bad of life,
Really?
you don't buy nothing useful.
Like a-
you buy a
like a
boat.
badass boat?
You buy a Thunder in Paradise boat.
Well, this makes sense though too about not seeing the kids, which doesn't sit well in my brain really. But apparently, he was estranged from her mother at the age when she was at the age of 5. So it's been a very long time since he's even been apart.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if you do that math and kind of add that in, it looks.
So she hasn't seen him in
Yeah,
18 years.
of course
to
he-
date. She doesn't have his cell phone number. Everything while
Yeah.
she was a child, all the communication
Yeah.
had to go between her and his team. So
Yeah.
she never really had which that's on him. That's him a dick.
That
That's
is on
he's a
him.
dickhead.
Yeah.
But he was financially supporting her.
Well, maybe he and the mom. See, again, you got to do the math between he and the mom. If that's sticky, then of course there's no relationship
Yeah.
with the kid because it's never getting past
It's
that
never
gate.
getting past
Sometimes
the-
things
Yeah.
don't get past gates, and then we want to blame the people that are behind the gate, and it's like, nah, it just never got past
You know,
this one.
it's a weird thing. I was like, I saw some story about like some dad dropped off like pennies on some one of their kids' driveways or whatever to pay their back child support that he owed because he was pissed
Oh, I
off.
saw that. He did it all in pennies.
He did
Yeah,
all in pennies. I'm like,
I saw that. That was
what
a while
a
ago.
dick!
That was a while ago.
That's child support you legally owed.
that?
That's like that is your responsibility. The whatever situation it is, maybe you felt like it was too much, or I don't know what the hell, but to pay it in pennies and to the kid is a fucking.
There was
dickhead
also
move.
soy sauce and chopsticks on top of it too.
Also, it's
I
like,
like that. You know, my
the
favorite.
people get mad about paying child support. I don't understand either. It's like,
I know.
and
Oh,
then
that's
and it's a
infuriating.
weird.
paying for this shit.
Well,
It's
you
a-
shouldn't have fucking knocked somebody up.
What's a
Well,
weird? Yeah. I mean, it could have been an accident. It's like but it's like your
Accidents
responsibility.
happen,
It's
yeah.
your responsibility to take care of your accident. But it's
If I
also
put my
But shouldn't it be both? If a woman gets pregnant, woman wants to keep the kid. Father does not want to keep the kid. If the woman chooses to keep the kid, why is the father still responsible?
Because
to
he
pay
made the kid.
I
Yeah.
get that, but he doesn't. Why does the woman get to choose if the
Because she comes out of her
her
body.
body.
Yeah,
I'm
her
okay
body.
with
What
that.
is
That
your-
one I'm
what is
okay
your
with. I
position?
can't make babies, so I'm okay with that
listen.
one.
Don't cream pie or
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sure you wear a
wrap it
condom.
up.
Yeah. It's like there's
And also know that you're running the risk even wearing
Right,
a condom.
right.
It's like, getting anything in life. You get in your car,
Nah, you
there's
got
an
the condom
assumed
in
risk.
Yeah, I mean-
no, you're going to be fine. But I'm just saying, there is a,
Although before you-
0.001% chance that thing breaks.
Yeah, before-
especially if you're tuna can Dan. Stretch the sidewalls.
Dave
man.
Chappelle put that scenario. That's why I'm saying it because it was just he made me think. I was like, oh.
Well, the problem is in the reality, nothing can be 100% equal in a version of human beings that we live in now, where the woman has to make the child in her body. The man does not. So guess what? We're going
And
to be
also,
some
if
things.
they choose not to have the baby and they choose to get an abortion, that's also her body that has to go through fucking trauma. So let's
yeah.
not forget that
Oh,
either,
yeah,
you know?
I agree.
Either
Yeah.
way, it sucks for the woman.
Oh my God! Why'd you bring him? No, I'm kidding.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, it's a sad
Because, like, if the guy doesn't want to have it and then she decides to have an abortion, like, that's also shitty for
Yeah.
her because it's her body.
And I feel bad.
And the guy should
sometimes.
pay for it.
I feel bad sometimes when the guy wants to keep the baby and the lady still wants an abortion.
Yeah,
Very
that
rare.
sucks too. Yeah,
but
that
it's complicated.
happens.
Look, you got to think about this before you
Also,
put it in.
Abandoning, like life's
That
so
would suck.
short. Like, just have the
would suck.
relationship and do your best with a kid you created, even if it was an accident. Because why live like that? Why have kids that you created in the world that have no relationship with you, or that you leave that? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Well,
I know
sometimes I think it's stickier than that because you're talking from a logical point of view. You're not reactionary, and I can put myself in. This is like the theme
Yeah.
of today is being reactionary. Put yourself in a reactionary place where you're so mad at that lady you dated and they have that kid that you're not adjusted enough, and you're not smart enough, and you're not kind enough to separate the two, and you're going to punish the kid because you hate the lady, and that's not cool, but it happens so much.
Also, it could be, she just doesn't want the relationship anymore, too, with you, or she doesn't want her kid to have a relationship with you, and so, but that wants the child support that you legally owe. And so, believe me, I understand.
So complicated.
It's sticky, it's complicated.
But I'm with you. Why wouldn't you want that?
But, and all the scenarios where I've ever seen in my life where, like, there's a person that doesn't know their parents, or their parents took off or whatever, and then later on they try to, like, have some sort of reconnect or whatever, and then sometimes it works, and sometimes, but there's always a weirdness of, like, it's always never good for either party. That's all I'm saying. And, like, even the person, like, I've never met a person ever that was happy they took off from their kid and never had a relationship with them, right? At the end of their life. And, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think
maybe there is out there, but it seems like most people are like,
my answer to that is, and we were talking about this earlier today, yes. Of course, there's some person out there that's a strange. I think that's a strange person. That's just my opinion. Yeah. But maybe you did the right thing, and the kid is better off, and you're happy for it, and good on you. I'm not built like that, and yes, I've never seen that. I've never. In fact, the exact opposite. I know people. I can think of a person that you and I know. We know a man that had a kid really early on when I worked with this person.
Yeah.
And he is estranged from this kid and does not see this kid, does not ever see this kid. And it is fucking heartbreakingly weird. It is weird.
Yeah, and then that's a reality. So just, but it's like one of those things where.
And they regret it. They regret it.
It's like even the minimal amount of effort is something. It's like, but I understand. It's complicated. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Next story.
All right. Time for one more. Remember how I did a story about the Guinness World Record? I did one was that duck thing, and then there was other one was the long duck or whatever, and then there was another one. Do you guys remember what the hell that was at all?
The duck with the long neck.
And then there was another Guinness.
Long boy.
But there was another. But there was another one we talked about that it wasn't that big of a thing. We're like, really? That was the Guinness book. And you remember?
We don't remember
because I don't freaking remember.
I block out a lot of what you do on the show.
Okay. Well, this is one that I found that is weird to me too. Sam, can you Google how much 6.52 centimeters is to Americanized versions, inches, please?
That's fair. I don't think I know that either.
Who has found fame on TikTok thanks to her unusually large mouth.
2.4.
Oh, the big mouth lady.
We did talk about that.
Yeah, we talked about the big mouth lady.
Unfortunate records,
Yeah, it's all old news. But Tom loves this because he
I found it because it was a.
You didn't like this lady, though.
Well, it was too big.
She's creep. Oh,
yeah. I like the.
talking crap with people.
I like a little bit bigger than normal.
Yeah.
But when
you do? That's the thing you like?
He likes a mouth plus. He doesn't like a mouth jumbo.
And it all started
like a Jessica Biel, a Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, Jessica, Cameron Diaz, Carrie Byron from Mythbusters.
Ellie Kemper before she became the KKK's princess.
Mythbusters girls.
Yeah. But their mouths are.
I never realized that they were bigger than usual.
Liv Tyler.
In my opinion, Ellie Kemper has a perfect medium plus mouth.
Medium plus.
But the medium plus. That 2 point. That seems tiny, like 2 inches. Like that's nothing.
But your wife doesn't have a big mouth.
Is it this way?
I think it's that way.
Or does she? Does your wife?
Because she can eat like a whole burger, like one of those giant burgers.
But she has tiny teeth.
Yeah.
But her mouth is long this way. Like
it's big all the way around.
It's like Joker lips.
Yeah.
It's too. That's too big.
And did you look for that when you were?
No. My wife doesn't have that. So it's just like it's like the Rex Ryan.
You can force it to get.
Well, his wife though gladly shoot videos in parking lots. They're putting her legs out the window and stuff. I watch those videos. Rex Ryan's wife. Have you seen those? They're great. She's a very attractive lady.
Is that the last story, Seth?
No, I mean I had one from the.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't overexert yourself. I don't want you to look.
I had two more.
You got to go waste a lot of money
Seth,
today, and I want you to be prepared.
Do you want me to? I'm going to Disappear Island tomorrow.
Are you?
Do you want me to show you around?
I don't get invites anymore. Now that the wizard lives in Florida, it's game off for any of us.
Who are you going with?
We're done.
Just Crystal and two boys.
Your kids. Yeah. I'd love. Yeah, if you'd have me, yeah, it'd be cool.
No,
Well,
this
you're
is so
taking
good.
your own boat.
Oh, I thought you were going to show me around in
He
your
wants to
boat.
see your wife.
No,
And
just
the
go
date
to
needs to
the-
be.
I'm
Well,
sure-
not my boat.
Look,
I don't want.
there's
You
one
got
thing-
your own boat.
I'm going to be nervous. You just want to make me want to see me.
If there's one thing I know, it's Tommy Van's gonna love Tracy.
Oh, she's not going.
Oh, she's not.
Oh, she has to go. I need help on that boat. I don't know what to do.
Oh, so it's you
I
and
literally-
Tracy.
He likes
you and
Lizzo.
Tracy and Tommy. And then,
You
Wait,
like
are you
bigger
gonna
girls.
have everything legal, like registered and all that by tomorrow?
I'm going to have a bill of sale and then
No, when you buy a $50,000
gosh.
boat, all the
Yeah.
stickers are current.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh yeah, no, it is. He told me everything is current.
Yeah, it is.
Everything
Yeah.
is current.
When you
It
buy shit boats,
But you
like
gotta,
I have
but you have to
before.
get it registered in your name.
I do have to do that, but as of right now, I have a bill. I could show the bill
You're
of
not
sale.
going to get stopped, especially in an all-black boat that looks like a Hulk Hogan monstrosity.
We're gonna have a bill of sale. Take pictures of a license. I'm gonna wire the money to pay the lien off, and then he's gonna supposed to send me the.
Also, are you
title.
worried about this at all? Because you do know, and
No, I'm not worried. I'm laughing.
No,
I'm
you
like,
should be worried. Your sons are going to fall in love with this douche boat. They're going to take one look at it, and it
No.
looks
they
like a
could ride with me.
matchbox, and it looks like a
Yeah.
matchbox car. No, he'll never let them ride with you because you're going to be dead.
It's gonna be like the Batmobile on water.
Oh, they're going to look at it. They're going to, oh my God, it's PJ Masks. It's so cool.
They're
And
gonna be
then
like, we want to go on KimBoat Slice.
KimBoat Slice.
KimBoat Slice is KimBoat Nice.
Well,
but I'll be like, mine's comfortable. I got a wide beam.
Yeah, why me? Well, Tracy got a tiny beam, and they're going to be over there. It should be. I need some help with the body oils.
I got the
need to
kids
get
club.
a good tan.
You told me
With
the
the head.
You told me the 24-foot will be tight for some of the will it fit? Like, will
What
it
do
be?
you mean?
Well, you said like a big boat is not gonna. It's gonna be big for most lakes or something like that.
Well, I'm saying, but the winter park chain, you can't go through.
No,
the,
you're going to Disappearing Island. This is a different animal,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You're going to be out in the water.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like
where's disappear? Where is that?
Well, you can put it in a Daytona. You put a it's New Smyrna. It's Ponce Inlet.
So it's salt. We're going to saltwater.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
bathing it in salt water. Okay.
There we go.
That's when you have to clean it after, flush the motor.
So I'm
and all
gonna get death by.
Take him to the topless beach.
when
When are you going? Because I have to teach tomorrow. That's the problem.
Okay, well,
Oh, they go late. What time are your classes? They usually start. They're like, I
Seth
just
doesn't
had
wake up
breakfast.
till
2
11.
p.m.
I
leave.
can actually be done at 12 noon, but I know that's
no,
late.
that's way too long.
What do you mean? I heard that the
thunderstorms roll in.
But I heard it's better later because then you don't get the rush, and then it's sunny out till 8, 9 o'clock at night now.
Well, you gotta
it's
follow
hot
the
as
tide
shit.
charts. It's all about the tide charts. You don't know nothing.
You
got a lot to learn.
Are those on a scroll? Can I get those on a scroll? Like
You want me to take
You're
you under my
also taking
wing?
advice from a man who's almost died the past 2 times he went out on his boat.
yeah, but I'll learn
everybody
from his
almost
mistakes.
died.
I'm gonna have him when we're driving. I'll have him here, and I'm gonna go. So if he goes, and I'm gonna go around him. So if he gets stranded or something, or
We
goes
can
on a-
race, bro.
Oh my god.
No, I'm talking about racing.
I've always wanted a great American boat race. America's Cup.
My boat is overpowered because
It is.
of a lot
It's
of
fast.
things.
I got twin engines in mine.
Do you got twin engine?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. You don't
I
need
don't know how
that
many
much
horsepower. I
power.
gotta look. I don't know. I just
Well,
know there's
it's
two.
obviously double what Tom
Hold on,
has.
look at the what motors are in there. Like they're jet motors or something. I don't understand. So whatever you tell me.
I don't know them newfangled jet motors.
Like,
he got him one of them TikTok boats. What do you got? Snapchat TikTok boat?
Like I know inboard, outboards, and outboard motors.
you got a tractor compared to his boat.
I got a 250 Yamaha outboard. I don't know what that is the equivalent
on.
of. My boat could go 56
Well, that's fast.
That's
without my
fast. I
family.
don't think I can go that. I think mine was like 50 or something like that.
Oh, take that, Hulk.
Hey, how are you going to rescue everybody in the fucking 50 miles an hour?
All right, it's got twin 1.8 liter high output Yamaha Marine engines.
Yeah, how many horsepower?
I don't know. I'm looking. Engine type power 360 horsepower.
Each or total?
No, total.
Combined?
Yeah, combined. I think that's what it says.
I don't even know how you would equate that to.
I have no idea.
If there's only way to figure this out, you're going to have Tracy on the island with a handkerchief. Like the old, what was the old song with Keanu Reeves was in the video? Who's that? Paul Abdul. What was that song where they do the race and she drops the handkerchief and then Keanu Reeves is in the video and you guys take off and Tracy's like, oh my God, don't kill yourself. And, and this is for pink slips, brother. Come on! You take off, and you guys are doing it. Seth's got his booming system turned out for what? Yours doesn't work, so yours is just wind.
But you hit that first wave, and you think everything's fine. And then you do that move where you're throttling back and forth.
It was Rush, Paul Abdul.
What was the reason he was doing? Was he just fucking up? Like he was?
He probably was a douchebag, bald douchebag that bought a boat he didn't know how to drive.
Hold on. Bald douchebag who bought a boat he didn't know how to drive.
That's happening again.
Hold on, let's watch. Watch Turn Down for. Let's watch.
No,
let's watch it.
He is bald. He is a bald guy. I know that.
Oh, no.
I'll have better looking people on the boat with me.
All you have to write.
He had pretty good.
Yeah.
His wife, his daughters, not to be creepy, but they're all good looking, right?
Here they are.
Plus, it looks like a smaller boat.
No way. That thing's way bigger.
Way bigger than your boat.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on here. There they are.
Like he's got a big ass power. That
Don't
boat.
do this to Tracy.
Okay, here they are.
That boat's 35 foot.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I've laughed this
There
a
it
lot.
goes.
Oh, then he hits the side and it's. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
Oh, your wife.
God damn it.
Oh, I don't want another concussion on the boat. I didn't want to have a concussion. I don't want to have a concussion.
Oh God!
So what did he? What was he? Just got sideswiped or what? Like what?
No. That he literally was like hit some wake, and then somehow the boat was like you're still going extremely fast, and then you must have caught the side of a wave, which slowed you down to a point where you slammed. You know, like. I mean, he may be going 60 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden you slow down to 25 in an instant, and that's what causes.
This is one of the greatest videos of all time. Literally,
It's so good. It's a classic.
It is it's become like almost like a.
Okay,
Everyone in the chat's like, I watch this video when I'm having a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, it will. It changes the chemicals in your body.
We got an extra GoPro, right?
Also, like whoever put this together with that song is so perfect.
Yeah.
It is so perfect.
I don't want that to be me. It's funny, but I don't want that.
It's not going to be you because.
Well, I'm going to be on the lakes at first, so it shouldn't have waves like that.
No, you're
Just
going
don't
to
go
Disappearing
that fast.
Island tomorrow with Tom for the Great American Boat Race.
I think this is in a lake, by the way.
I think so too.
There's big ass
one of the
lakes.
Great
Trees
Lakes.
around there, yeah.
No, they're like big ass lakes in here. I mean, there's lakes here in Orlando that are big as hell. Lake Kissimmee, you can't even see the other end of it. Is big as hell. Anyway, this is for sure going to happen to Seth.
I just feel bad for Tracy because I know you can take
That's
a
what I'm
punch. You'll be
saying.
fine.
No,
Seriously, I'm not worried about you doing what. If you did with that guy, did you get him? That's fucking great.
No,
Here's what you do.
I don't like
you bring
fucking hard, bro.
You bring a cake with you on the boat.
Yeah, cake boats.
I just set it along the sides, have her smash it.
Yeah.
Smash her head into it.
Yes.
All right.
take a little break.
Let's take a break. We'll finish with some dump them out. Whatever.
I gotta go though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's
get your
fine.
boat, bro.
I'm going to go get it.
All good. All good. You're
Call
good.
us when you get.
I'll call you.
Are you meeting the guy in a parking lot?
No, I'm meeting at the
bank?
Marina.
The marina.
BB&T.
No, that makes me feel better. He's going to buy it at the marina. It's
right.
cool.
Not the marina,
Look,
at the-
I'm not going to yuck on your yum. I support you buying something that you're excited about.
Edstone Park. Boat ramp is where I'm meeting him.
Where is that?
No, all the BDM's going to
In
rob
Delan-
you for
in
your
Del-
50
in-
grand. That's so hard.
Get his fanny pack, bro.
Like that.
Why would you give out your location?
It's going to
I'm
take an
leaving
army.
now. I'm going to Edstone Boat
I'll
Park.
have my fanny pack on.
It's gonna-
50K cash.
Don't even worry about it.
No, I'm not
It
doing
would-
that anymore. I told him I'm wiring it.
It would take like 100 norms.
No, more than that.
Storm the norm.
You could kill 150 norms before they
150 norms.
Before you start getting tired.
before they Mr. Smith piled on you like
I
the
don't know
Matrix.
that reference.
Matrix.
You didn't watch The Matrix?
I watched it like 2 years ago for the first time, and I feel like I blacked it all out because I hated it.
It's
It
yeah.
wasn't for
If you
me.
watch it late,
it was so outdated.
If
that-
you didn't
yeah.
get on that
with
when
the
it
beginning,
it was released, you hate it. And if you did get on it when it was released, it's fucking awesome.
Listen,
Yeah, it wasn't
so
for
you're
me.
you're going to test drive it.
Yes.
Okay. I've test drove and been
Why don't you go
involved.
with him?
All it's
Why
going
don't
to
you
be
go with him, dude?
He's going to have to leave now. He's going to leave the show for the
What
last
am I?
segment.
This is what's going to happen. You're going to show up. The guy's going to be like, "Here's
Then
the
your
boat."
wife is going to be like, "Where are you?"
You're going to be like, and you got your buddy that says, "I know boats." That's what I say. Like, I don't know shit.
Wait,
you don't know
this is what
shit.
you did with my lawnmower. You blew it up.
Well, that's why I
everybody
know
was-
we got to look at the engine because he did the same thing. He lifted up the engine and goes,
Because everybody who says they know boats or engines don't know shit, unless they're.
But he asked good questions about the trailer.
Is he
He's
a
like,
working boat mechanic? Does he work for like Boat Tree? And is there?
Hey,
is he
we got a
working
guy
for
in the
25
chat room. Eddie Howard says he can be there in 15 minutes. Help you look at this boat.
Really?
Oh,
Yep.
that'll rob you good.
Yeah. Eddie also is a gunman, and man, he's good with karate.
You're gonna-
so you can have a nice fight.
You're gonna get into the boat at some part. Is it on like? Is it a lake or is it
It's a
St.
lake.
John's?
It's a lake, and it goes to St. John's, and it goes to like
Okay.
that road where that crystal clearing area is off St. John. You go down St. John's, and there's like big.
Well, and the
It's a
land
river.
is it
Man, you're
Lake
gonna-
Beresford?
You're going to have to do some research, Seth. You sound like you've never known of water
Silver
until
Glen
today.
Springs.
Oh, Silver
Oh,
Glen,
with
yeah.
the Silver Glen, well, Lake George.
It said it goes to that.
Okay,
That- that's where he goes with the boat. is
Okay,
Silver Glen
so
Springs.
he's on the St. John's right
Yeah.
near Lake George, and Silver Glen's right there.
Yeah.
You're going to get on the boat.
But
and
we're not going that far. I'm only going to ride it for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Make sure it doesn't sink.
What?
Eddie says he'll go get tacos afterwards after you check it out.
You're going to steer it, you're going to push the throttle, and then you're going to be like, all right, boat.
This
No, I want to make
good?
sure that I can stand at the helm and not have because the last one I had to sit, and like I said, I felt like I was in a fucking go-kart.
So you're going to go in there, you're going to look around, you go, yes, outside black, good, good.
I want to make sure.
Engine, good. Float, yes.
Drive straight.
Water seem okay
I want to make
with.
sure it doesn't start smoking as we're driving.
Let's see sound system. Nickelback sound.
I want to look at the hours. I want to look at the hours on the boat. Make sure.
How many hours do you think is good?
300, he said. Well, no, it's about 50 a year. His boat is about 50 a year. So he's at 300 hours.
Yeah.
It's a 2014.
That's nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, like he's got 300 hours
brand
on
new boat.
on a $50,000 boat. It's fine.
It's a rented boat now. That's a lightly
nice-ass-
leased boat.
I was just about to say, every boat I've ever bought, the sticker on it was 2 years expired, and then I always ask, like, who used this? It's 2 years. I'm like, why isn't the sticker more current? Like, why is it 2 years old? Anyway.
Let's take a quick break. The name of the band is Grizz Folk. I love the band. Or the band name, rather. Grizz Folk. The name of the song is Now That I Know. I think this has been popular in some commercials lately. Enjoy this. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time right after this.
I really wish I didn't know for a million different reasons. I just wanted to get the notes. I didn't need to hear.
Hey, do you remember the song I Got a Skeeter on My Peter, Flick It Off, Flick It Off?
No, okay, come on. What is that?
I know I
What
told
is
you to
that?
start this one, but it just popped into my brain.
Uh-huh.
I got a skeeter on my Peter, flick it off, flick it. Was it knock it off or flick it off?
Yeah. I don't think you could do that. You can't say that to anybody.
What?
You know, that's considered.
That was a child. It's a
You know.
child song, Skeeter on the Peter.
So a child is saying that.
It was a childhood song. Sam, write that down. That has nothing to do with the ad, but write down Skeeter on the Peter.
Yeah. No, don't tell anybody
Yeah,
that.
we're here to talk to you about mosquito nicks.
Yes.
Slightly a tie-in.
So if you have mosquito problems in your backyard,
I feel bad for you.
Why do I phrase everything like that?
You always do that.
And every time I'm like, don't just pass right through. But I'm like, Daniel's going to bring it up.
But you
He's
do
gonna
it every
fucking bring it up.
time. You do it every time.
Well, how am I supposed to phrase it? If you got mosquitoes, get mosquito nicks. It's a system that they run lines around your fence line, around the roof of your house, and it basically sprays your house with a totally natural mosquito repellent that breaks down in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's not like it stays on anything.
And mosquitoes do not enjoy it, and they say bye-bye.
And it creates a barrier around your house. It only goes off during peak mosquito times, and it attaches to an app on your phone. So if your kids go out in the backyard, just tell them to wait. You'll hit the
it
mister.
15 minutes later, and it's good to go.
And there's no mosquitoes. I never have mosquitoes in my backyard. There's also portable systems. I know Daniel has one.
Yeah.
You could buy one on TomandDan.com.
I really redneck it now because I dropped. It looks like a lantern, and I dropped it and smashed it accidentally. It might have been drunk. So now I just use the canister, but it still works. I can just spray it all around there, and then I wait 15 minutes, go out and grill. No big deal.
Yep, for camping, for your porch, or if you have a big backyard and want a full system, it's mosquitonix.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here. Seth, who went to buy something he absolutely should not
KimBoat
purchase.
Slice.
KimBoat Slice.
Oh, I can't wait for the stories.
I know you're happy. I know you're happy, buddy.
The stories are going to be so good because everybody makes the same mistakes, and no matter how many times someone warns you, you end up making the mistake everybody makes.
It's going to be bad before it's good. Or what are the chances that he just takes his time and actually does it well and sticks with it, and this becomes his new favorite?
I mean, not zero, but almost zero.
This will be the end of him and Tracy.
Oh, I didn't
No,
know
They're going to
about
get on a
that.
fight on the boat because he's going to make her do a bunch of work that she's not even a boat person. Now he's going to force her to do all this work.
It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a thing of passion. Like, you have to realize, like, most of it is work, and then for a small portion of enjoyment. But that's what you fantasize about is like the actual when the wind's in your hair, your hat's backwards, and you're driving, on plane, and you got people on the boat, and you're going somewhere.
Those are never my favorite times.
But all the like 90% of the other time is all work.
But I'm weird in the aspect of the actual ownership point of having a boat, or let's go with scooter or motorcycle. My scooter, the ownership of it, I love riding it. I do, but I also maybe even love cleaning it a little bit more because I can do it whenever I want. Meaning I can do it at night, I can do it when it's raining. But like looking at my scooter or looking at my motorcycles, waxing them, fixing them, installing something like that, to me, the ownership portion of it, I get a lot out of that. Maybe even more for my anxiety brain. I bet it's more beneficial.
Yeah.
All right.
My God, what happened?
There is an aspect about if you own
the hell out of me.
If you own something that stereotypically is like just a luxury item or like considered for the most part a waste of money or that kind of thing, having to look at it and walk around it and drink a beer and be like, and then sit in it. All that is part of it.
It is part of it.
And when your boat is stored somewhere else,
you can't do that,
and you can't see it, and then it becomes
you don't get that. I feel like knowing you the way I think I know you. If your boat were parked on the side of your house like it used to be, I think you'd be out there tinkering, looking at it, whacking the rats out of there, pushing the leaves off of it.
Mud dauber crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what you do, right? I mean, I do think that's important, and I think a lot of people like to yuck on that yum. Like, a lot of people don't understand especially people that don't take care of their stuff.
Yeah,
and that factors in it to me. Like, there is a part of me that gets some sort of satisfaction. It's very satisfying to think that
cleaning it.
Yeah, it's clean. It's got a fresh battery. It's all gassed up. It's waxed. It looks great. The wiring looks great. Everything on it's clean. Oh, there was a scuff on it. I buffed it out.
Yeah, I don't got that much.
I
of that.
love that kind of stuff, man. I love it.
Everything's falling into disrepair at some stage. The things are not.
That's fun. Yeah.
Speedometer never works.
Yeah,
So it's like, I can tell.
I can't do that.
RPM's kind of.
I can't do that.
Let's do some dump them out.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I want to see your topics. Ooh, I want to also see your bottom mix.
Dump them out, brought to you by GabriellaPlants.com. If you use any of our sponsors and spend over $159, that includes, obviously, Bart Merrick and Crystal Van, Streamline Mortgage, anything. I mean, you could even go...
Precision.
If you go to
buy a car.
Yeah, buy a car. If you go to Hourglass and your tab is over $159, which
you do have to submit proof, though.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty easy to do.
Yeah, and especially with a group of, and then you will get a free plant in the mail. All you have to do is fill out the form on TomandDan.com, and with some proof, like a receipt, that you use our sponsors.
We have that form on TomandDan.com.
And even if you use Streamline or BART in the year of 2021, it all counts. counts. It's just we're saying this year counts. So in the going forward in the future or back all the way to January. So
okay, I like it. Very good.
GabriellaPlants.com and use promo code Tom and Dan if you purchase anything from that site too. You'll save 15%.
Yeah, great site, and they update it, I believe, every Wednesday. You get a fresh group of exotic and really cool plants.
I get emails all the time about the inventory.
I do love that. That is,
you see what they get every week.
They are on top of it.
I saw some BDMs already get some plants and stuff, and they'll do some unboxing. I saw Tracy did that, and they know how to pack them so they survive. And just, I would suggest.
I was worried.
repotting.
I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, how the hell do you ship a plant?
They got it down.
Yeah, they got it down to a science.
In the Twitch chat room, just quickly, Tutor Toot Toot says True Leaf 2. The answer to that is no. They have their own promotion.
Yes, that is the only one, because they do have their own separate promotion.
They have their own promotion. They're a little too large to do that with. True Leaf is massive.
Oh, speaking of True Leaf, 40% off today.
Yes.
I ordered
now.
Dude, I ordered last night, and I was like, Crystal's like, why are you on your phone? I'm like, I gotta get it.
Yeah, 40% off.
I was like, I gotta get it before any people
all the inventory's gone. Yeah,
all the edibles are sold. Dude, I got $150 worth of edibles, sativa and indica for $90. And then and I break it down, it's like 50 cents an edible. Like, I'm like, this is good. Like, dude,
it's
for
their
that
820 event.
Yeah.
It's their 420 in August.
TrueLeaf.com. Check it all out. It's really, really cool. If you're new to it, this would be the time for you to try some things that maybe we're thinking about trying without eating the cost, because it can be very expensive at times. And we all went. I took advantage of. I've been out of pills and edibles for a very long time, so I went and loaded.
Also, your first purchase at True Leaf is 50% off.
Yep.
If you've never bought anything from there, first time customer, 50% off.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so check it out,
and we'll send you a True Leaf bucket hat, and we're adding some mystery items, some like old school Tom and Dan stuff that we had left over for a mystery box promotion to every True Leaf order. So you could get a weird rare sticker or something else. Eric's throwing that in there.
New stuff in the works.
Old koozies.
Yeah, we got some limited edition koozies. You know what I threw in the mix?
Gift cards.
I threw in some Boat Cop koozies that I found at my house.
Oh yeah. The original. That's the first koozie we ever made.
First koozie we ever made. I threw some original weird stuff in there, so be on the lookout for all of that.
All right, let's rock it through these.
Yeah, we got limited time. What do you want to start with?
Sex therapist, first thing on I don't remember what that was. You told me to write that down like Monday, I think.
Was that just talking about the old man, the promescent old man? Is that what I was talking about?
I don't think so. I don't know. We'll skip it.
Yeah, skip that.
We already talked about old men having salt in their desk.
Yep,
we talked about that on the ACT.
I have salt on my desk.
Tom told me to write down Venus flytraps. Speaking of Gabriella plants.
So, someone sent me. Remember the BDM that had rare plants?
Yes.
Like he did rare plants. He sent me 3 plants. One I gave to Daniel, one for Daniel, one for me.
Yeah,
and
I finally took all my plants home. Like, I'm all spaced out. My house looks really good. I got plants everywhere now.
Me too.
And I think I gave and then one super rare one for Samantha.
Yeah,
and it was a Venus flytrap because you mentioned it when we talked to him.
Is that what you gave me?
No, I have it still.
I was like, that's not what you gave me.
No. I gave you some bullshit that I made.
Great. So you didn't give me what the person actually.
Well, he wanted to decide whether or not he was going to keep that, but then his conscience started digging at him, and he's like, I should probably give it to her.
I replanted it, and it started to die because I have no idea how to take care of a goddamn Venus flytrap.
I actually bought one of the grow your own from Start. Those little kits, and that did not work.
You got to put meat in it. You got to put a little piece of hamburger. I'm serious. In a Venus flytrap, it eats meat. You got to put you get it a hamburger, a little raw hamburger. You put a tiny, about the size of the top of a pen.
So I didn't look it up, and then I just put it next to my old plants or all my other plants, and I forgot about it because I thought I was like, this is for sure gonna die. And then I forgot about it, and then the other day, me and the boys were playing baseball in the yard, and then Max wandered over to the plants, and he's like, "What's this one?" And then I went over there, and it's still alive, and it's new growth, and there it is. So it's Venus flytraps open, waiting for flies or whatever.
All right.
So then I was like, let's feed it insect. And because Tommy wanted to keep jabbing.
Wow, this has got to be a mind fuck for your kids because they're vegetarian.
Here's the thing with
and your wife, wife makes them take out all kinds of bugs.
Not
from the
flies,
house.
I don't think, right?
They're not vegetarian because they care about animals per se. They're just they were indoctrinated.
Just happen to be vegetarian.
Was this indoctrination? I don't know what you call it.
No, you just call it. Our family is mostly vegetarian, so we're mostly vegetarian.
Like,
it's just. It happened.
Like in Minecraft, they're killing the cows crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And they're whacking the turtles. Like Tommy created a whole zoo and then went cell by cell killing every animal.
Tiger King over here?
Yeah, that's what I do. I
cheered him on. I cheered him on.
I knew I liked this Tommy character.
I'm like, kill all the bats.
I too killed my prisoners in video games. They're in there. They're like, let us out. And I walk in the cell and I just execution cell kill them. It's so fun.
Anyway, so it is harder than I thought. Try to catch a fly. That's it.
You gotta stop using chopsticks, you dum-dum. Use that electrified tennis racket that Butler brought in.
All we had was a stick. And we walked around my entire property
with a stick.
Looking.
This is how stupid their family is. They walked around their property with a stick, trying to kill flies.
Well, we tried to.
That sounds like what stupid people do.
We at least tried to find a goddamn fly.
Did you bring some food out to attract the flies?
Yeah, you put some food down.
I mean, they have a window.
Hamburger meat.
What about the cassowary skull that's in your front yard? That was fly crazy.
That left.
It left. Skulls don't just walk away.
Hold on.
The stinkhorn. And one day it attracted all the flies, but it was only I think it blooms and stink one day.
You need a second stinkhorn.
Anyway, walked around, and because I only have a window of interest of about 10 minutes before the boys just go inside. It's too hot for them. They're just like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So I was
kill cows.
That's that grit, man.
I couldn't find a goddamn fly to feed the Venus flytrap. I know.
You can feed him something else. Any kind of bug.
Put your penis in there.
Well, look for the big but I found
penis flytrap.
Yeah, just lay your penis in, right?
Tiny, I need to find a big bull ant.
I got one. I got one. I got an ant farm at the house. I'll bring Daisy's ant farm with feeding.
Man.
All right.
I don't give a fuck.
You're going to feed Maisie's pet ants.
Yeah, you know what his name is? Biggie. She has a big fat bull ant in there, and he's the king, and his name's Biggie.
All right.
Sleep number beds. You guys were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, like my sleep. I was telling Sam, or telling Tom rather, my sleep number bed. Like if you had like a pain in your back.
Did you get it finally?
No, it's I get like everything else. I think I get it 24.
Is it in transit?
It's being made right now. They don't have the chips for it, and they're coughing it's COVID all over it. I don't know.
Look, Christine, she knows all about the carnivorous plants, and she's saying you can feed them like fish food flakes.
Nah,
do what
I want to see it kill an insect.
Little raw meat in there.
I want to feed it a live insect and then try to get out. I've seen it on Facebook.
Make it a redneck Venus flytrap. Feed it a little bit of cold hot dogs.
Oof.
Give it cold hot dogs.
So Daniel was showing me the sleep number bed that he's got or getting.
Yeah, it's got an app, and it goes like, if your left love handle is like you got punched there by an old man in a Publix parking lot, and you got a bruise, you can hit a button and it'll gas it up or ungas it and like zhuzh it up a little bit. I'm like, I didn't know any of that. I keep getting emails from him about this bed that I don't think I'm ever going to get. Then my wife, we're finally investing in some self-care.
Yeah, and a mattress.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really. I mean, we did get that purple, but man, we got it when it was a what do you
prototype?
Call it? A GoFundMe or a Kickstarter. That's what it was.
So I have a sleep number bed, but mine's a cheapo one that is basically just 2 Coleman air mattresses inside like a mattress, and then it has hoses coming out of it.
Hoses.
And then the pump, which is
no, I think mine's all internal, man. Like I don't get anything.
Yeah, you got the fancy one.
No, mine is like a bed, and then you just plug it in, and then you can pair it with your phone.
Yeah. Mine has the pump on the outside. It's cheapo.
Outside pump.
It's the cheapo
you got a full
redneck
you
one.
got an outboard.
and I remember Crystal tried to sell me on this when we got it. Crystal's dad bought it for like a long time. I'm sure it's expensive, but it looks like 2 Coleman air mattresses with a pump and hoses.
Yeah.
So Crystal has the remote control, and both sides of the sleep number, the 2 Coleman air mattresses can pump up to different levels, right?
Why don't you do that? But you don't adjust it depending on how you feel?
No. I literally, the first day we got it years ago, Crystal, well, do you want yours hard or soft? And I was like, I guess medium. And she's like,
tacos.
and then she put it to like 60. It was like she runs hers.
60?
She runs hers at like 90. She likes a hard ass bed. And
what is she, a Dracula?
But I've never looked at the remote ever since. Like years ago, I've never changed the setting.
I believe that.
I've never like said, "Oh, it's a little soft."
I hope that like in the middle of the night, Tommy and Max run in, they're adjusting Tom's side of the bed
because I
for their
did.
comfortability.
Yeah, because most things just don't matter to you.
They don't.
Nothing matters.
I laid in it though, and Crystal's like,
maybe that's why you're so stiff. Maybe you need to adjust your bed.
Yeah, what if he's just had this thing on a 1 and he's literally just sleeping on tile every night?
I know, like, I got into it, and Crystal's like, she's like, how does 60 feel? I'm like, I guess fine. She's like, what about 65? And then I'm like, bah. It's like nothing's changed.
A or B?
No feeling, emotionally or physically.
It's all a scam. It's a goddamn scam.
It's not, because when I laid on this bed and
you're never going to go on your app and be like, my love handles are off. Love handles, 42%.
No, I don't have to. It does it automatically. It like literally adjusts based on the way that I'm moving. So if I'm restless, it will set itself like in a zone where it thinks I'll be less restless. Like they got like knowledge and programs and algorithms
That's
and shit.
the marketing is. I mean, we'll see. Listen,
we will see. Well, we'll see in 2024 whenever this thing happens.
Right.
There's a lot of features that a lot of things have that never get used. That's all I'm saying. It's like they're like, hey, you could do this in a perfect world.
Well, here's one I do know I will use because I already do it. It's like elevating the bed so I can watch TV.
That's different. I wish I had that. Like,
because I stack all these pillows up.
Yeah.
I did, and I do notice. I do notice I have horrible allergies. You guys know I have horrible allergies, and if I take my allergy meds or Flonase, if I sleep just a little bit upright, just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit, I will sleep way better.
I think it will also help with your GERD. Yeah,
yep. I'm really.
I don't have the one that the nice one that actually elevates.
I need to look into that one.
Yeah,
he calls it old man bed. He makes fun of me, and the legs go up too. Tracy's got it in the Twitch chat room. She's got that zero gravity. That's what I want. The zero gravity. I want to sleep.
Also, those are way more expensive.
I want to sleep like. Oh, I got a new one. I got a new. My sleep fantasy is when I get high and then I try to put myself to sleep. My new one now is that I'm a robot that has fallen from a spacecraft and I have fallen into a different orbit. And as I was plummeting, my human flesh covering was burned off, only exposing my shiny robot exterior. And then I smash into a junkyard, and I smash so hard that all this other junk piles under me. And now I am affixed in eternal slumber until the kids find me, put me back together, and then we go on wild adventures.
You guys said I was crazy for having realistic fantasies where I go out and dig in my yard.
Fucking insane.
All right, thank you. Fine.
I'll take that as a compliment. You know what?
I found myself this morning saying,
you know what?
I miss Butler. I wish he was here because these two are fucking crazy.
He's more insane than us.
I like the compliment she's been throwing today. You just earned yourself a penis flytrap.
All right.
What else we got?
Who likes a skinny dick?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good segue. Excellent segue, Samantha.
Samantha came in this morning and she's like, have you seen...
We'll let her tell.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we do a music question on Semantics each week, and this week I'm kind of blow it, but we're doing a question about what is your favorite song that has to do with dicks, right? So I was like, there's a couple that come to mind, but I wanted to see what my options were, so I kind of Googled or whatever, and I found that there was a Spotify playlist.
Do you have the exact wording?
Let me go ahead and find that.
Because when Sam read it to me, it blew my eyebrows off. Like, oh my God.
I was like, what the hell? I never knew this was a thing.
It also blew my eyebrows off even more to know that my wife already subscribes to it.
So it is... songs about big fat cocks / girth queens / women who like their dicks thick and fat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Tom gave it a logical beat and then replied with the phrase,
like, who wants skinny dicks? Like,
but it hung in the air because that's all you said. It was like it entered your mind when she said that, and you go, well, who likes a skinny dick? And then it just hung.
Well, because it's like you like your dicks. Now, some people don't like dicks at all.
That's
totally
true.
Understandable.
Sure,
I understand that. But I've never heard of someone that prefers their dick skinny as opposed too girthy or wide or thick.
And I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to offer up a behind-the-scenes thing I've never said before. I have told a tale for the last 11 years that I've seen your penis. And I said it is very skinny, like a piece of spaghetti. And I'm here to tell you that as I've matured and I have a daughter now, that was always a lie. I've never seen your penis. I don't know what it looks like. And it's certainly...
Everything I ever believed was a lie.
I'm sorry. It's certainly not skinny like a piece of spaghetti. I did see Bubba's penis, and it was skinny and brown. That's true.
Well, because, I'm really trying to think about this, is there anybody out there that would prefer... Now,
Christine comes in hot. She says some dicks are too girthy, been there, hated it.
Well, that's not what I mean. Yeah.
True.
Yes, there is
But whose preference is a skinny dick?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
A lot of guys out there, big boobs is a thing, right? Right? Like,
what?
People like
I've never heard that, but I'll take your word for it.
But when you get into...
This is fucking news to me. I wish I knew that.
When you get into, the biggest boobs in the world, where it's
Dixie Dynamite. Yeah, she's horrible. It's grotesque.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh my God.
It hits carnival proportions at some point.
Where it's like, that's not what people mean by, I like big boobs. They don't mean Dixie Dynamite.
God, Tracy, everybody's sharing a lot today. Tracy says she had a dick that was too big once, had to turn that away.
Yeah.
God damn, y'all.
Well,
I love that you women are empowered, and I love that you're speaking your truth.
The Side Chicks group is great.
Well, say your truth, Side Chicks. Say your truth.
It could get too big, but that's novelty. That's Dixie Dynamite, right? And that's rare.
She is a porn star, by the way. You can look her up and look at her tits, and they're horrible. And I don't mean that to be mean. It's just like, if she had regular big tits, I'd be like, oh, you're an attractive lady. If you get novelty cartoon tits, I'm like, oh, you're hurting your body.
Well, it's like the guy with the biggest biceps that he put silicone in. And
you're killing yourself.
It's some gigantic, it's not even proportional.
Did you find her?
I find who?
Dixie Dynamite. Oh, I thought you were looking up Dixie Dynamite.
I was reading the chat where Ghost of Manute Ball says no woman has ever or ever will tell me that my dick is too girthy. Girth queens have never had time for me and my spaghetti noodle.
Oh, Ghost.
So
I appreciate your honesty. Thank you for your service.
I'm sure there's some people that have some weird fetish where they do a pencil thin novelty skinny dick.
Well, no, there are some women that like little dicks because they like to belittle the guy that has it.
Little different than skinny because the whole thing is girth queen.
Right.
I want
not
it
long,
girthy.
not length, length, width.
And I think that everybody who enjoys penises would rather have it girthy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying
right,
where
not
it's
novelty girth.
Where it's like, oh, I can't even work with this. I'm just saying girthier than skinnier. It seems to me the logic is you never be like, oh, I'm glad this dick is real skinny.
No one's ever said that. No one's ever said that.
Unless maybe, and I thought about this too, you had some condition where your actual vagina had abnormally small. Or narrow,
expand.
or abnormally narrow. Where
you can still be narrow, but things expand.
Yeah, that would be the only reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Can I offer in a third category?
Okay.
In some adult movies, I've seen guys that have a narrow and smaller dick head, and then their dicks are to get large behind it.
I've seen that too.
And it looks like a terrier's tail.
Yeah.
And it is grotesque.
It's odd looking.
It is odd when odd when it comes out like a pizza triangle, like a slice of pizza, where it's so girthy at the bottom, and then when you get to the end of it, it almost looks like the barb of a stingray's tail.
Yeah.
It's get fatter in the middle than it is at the top.
Yeah.
Which is
So
the
I
odd
started
thing.
Googling because you asked me to look it up, and for the most part, we're right on par with everybody, including women and gay men, whatever. They do prefer the girth.
I mentioned the Halston show that Ewan McGregor is in. I believe he's in that.
Okay.
He was a size queen. He talks about they cover it, like him going to parks and looking for the big black guy with the mega hog because that's what he liked. No shame in that. That's just what you like. That's what you like.
But I did come across somebody on, I believe it was a Reddit thread that was gay man that said that he prefers doesn't really care too much about the girth of the penis, but he wants a big head.
All right.
Instead of the,
wants an
you're
apple.
talking about the pizza. Yeah. You're talking about the pizza. So the opposite is giant apple.
That's odd too. I don't like
the
proportional.
Apple. Yeah, I don't like the apple.
Yeah, it's too mushroomy.
Too shiny. It's shiny. But you know what? Go like
when
this.
there's shade underneath it.
Excuse me.
It's too.
It's got a shadow.
Yeah.
It's too.
When you got to lift up the underbelly to get under it, and then it gets that shine. Some guys got a shine on it. I almost wish they'd take make it, put their mouth on it, put a little heat on it. You know, mat that finish out a little bit.
What's chirp research?
Chirp research when Dan was harassing the fine young woman, the old teen over at Publix.
She was I think she's a 20s. She's a 20s.
She might be.
I think she's a 20s.
So we were bullying Daniel the other day.
Yeah,
I deserve it. I deserve it.
On ACT. I'm not sure. It may be Monday's episode.
Hey, if you're not chirping, you're chopping.
That Daniel likes to small talk.
I do.
And he likes...
Like an old fat dad.
Yeah, he likes to... Hey, how you doing? Like I see that.
You remember my father. You're one of the few people that does.
Yeah.
You know that is straight from him to me. That is literally, he had sex with my mom, made a baby, and implanted small talking and, hey, how you doing? And the high five and the yada yada and the this guy. It's from my dad.
And then me and Samantha have been bullying you and saying that no employee likes small talk.
Correct.
That rather the customers just come in, buy, make their purchase, and leave.
I'll say for the most part. Now there are your anomalies of people that are like super chatty, and it's like probably the only time they have interaction with people and they like
and
it.
I try not to go super chatty, right? I try to just give it a good dose. I don't try to go like a
you don't stand
a dose
around.
Plus. I try to give it just
of course,
an ample dose.
And to be honest with you,
a good portion of pulled pork at a barbecue restaurant. Kapow.
And to be honest, like I think you have the normal amount or the good amount of small talk where it's not it's not like the lady that stands and what happened?
In the chat, BD and Booch, I worked at Publix for 3 years. They hate you, Dan.
Okay.
All right, so that's some research.
Now, is that a Tom, though? Because some people, Daniel...
He went hard negative.
But he also knows his coworkers.
Yeah, but
that
was an overcorrect, though. That was harsh.
Ah.
You know, if you'd have landed that a little lighter, maybe I would have taken it. But now I kind of feel like you're just trying to hurt my feelings.
So what?
See, I think that when you're not putting someone on the spot and asking... Because Dan literally put this woman on the spot and asked her... do you like when customers talk to you? What is she supposed to say? I fucking hate it.
Right
Get
now,
the fuck out of my face.
You're already, unfortunately, this cannot be used in the study because you're already skewing her answer by projecting what you thought her answer was before even saying what she said. We would have needed to have said what she said and then throw the negativity on top of it because now everybody in this focus group is skewed. Her answer was really quite remarkable. She said, that's interesting. Wow, maybe I'm just a full-blown narcissist, but I like it when people talk to me.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah! But Sam's right.
Does she?
Well, Sam and I discussed that on the way over, and I don't know.
Still up for debate.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Don't know.
It's probably all subjective.
I'm leaning more towards you and Sam that maybe they don't like it and my whole life is just a fucking lie.
Nah, to not beat on me too much, you don't do that thing. I've seen, the person, the middle-aged lady in Publix in the front that is, has a conversation with the cashier, but then carries it on during my transaction where she's still standing and where the bag boy stands, still talking to the person. I'm like,
yes, that's the worst.
You had your time, get the fuck out and move on.
And see, the only reason I'm taking the stance I'm taking is I did a lot of retail work.
Yeah,
I did a lot of food work.
I've never done this.
So myself and my coworkers hated it. We're like, let's get this transaction done and let's keep it moving. Nobody really cares.
On the opposite of that,
I get it.
I've got
because this is my job and I hate this job.
No,
you know what I mean?
I get it. And I accept that reality, and it's a tough pill for me to swallow.
No, when I think the fact that you're just nice and not a fucking dickhead, sure, of course they appreciate that. But to chit chat and do the small talk, they don't really need that.
Not that I've never been, but I'm trying to be blatantly honest with everything I do lately, and I always have been, but I'm openly, mindfully, in the moment, right?
Yeah.
And I have been the man who continues to talk about why I like cable. Man, I'm pulling up a real one.
No.
You guys know Carol over there. But Andrew and I know her. But I have continued to talk to her about why I'm a cable guy and can't cut the cord while somebody else behind me was buying their food.
Oh, no.
I'm admitting it. I'm admitting doing it.
Well, you have a problem. So,
He's crossed the path
first,
of now. We thought it was just chirping. He's gone beyond chirp.
Yeah.
Now
Oh,
he's
God.
just chatty Cathy.
Every night I'm on Google Chirp.
New platform.
Yeah, it's a new platform. It just shows you where talkative little guys are.
And the opposite of that.
Apparently, you're going to get beat up in Publix parking lot. Maybe I just need to stay the fuck away from Publix. Maybe I just don't belong there, dude.
Whatever store it was.
No, this was Publix. Everything. My whole world is Publix. The only place I ever go is Publix.
Yeah, but Big Lots will be worse.
Oh, yeah. Try that
Like,
at
it
Big
gets
Lots.
worse and worse. Yeah. Like, soon, someone will be chasing you down and killing you.
All right.
But
I can take that.
The opposite of this is there's been a new cashier at my local 7-Eleven that is right by my house. I go to all the time.
Oh, the one where the lady died in the woods. I like that
because
one.
I run out of White Claw quite often. So I go in there, and this guy...
Dude, ABC delivery. What are you doing?
Because I'm no plan van. I go to get a White Claw, and I'm like, fuck! My hands are shaking.
And then if you do it correctly, they'll put secret stuff because of the deals in your box. So you'll get like a free try
coupons and shit.
Yeah, or the last one I got a free little bottle of that vodka that they got.
The
They're like,
fuck? I didn't get no free liquor.
yeah, you got to go in and hit the code, and that comes free with $75 purchase or something.
I can't pre-plan anything.
Do it, buddy. Do it.
So anyway,
New cashier.
The cashier, it's this dude, and he asked me in questions about anything I'm wearing or whatever.
Oh, God.
And it's mostly Tom and Dan shirts because that's all, we make so many. I usually take one, and now it's basically all I have.
Right.
So
It's all I have it. I have a button down today.
So
We all have Tom and Dan shirts on right now.
I know.
It's embarrassing.
I go in there.
Free shirts.
I put my White Claw, and then I get some Pop Secret for
Oh, yeah.
Crystal.
Pop Secret.
What microwave popcorn, dude?
I know.
Well, can I make her
that's
popcorn on the stove and bring it over?
Did you get ID'd, bro?
Microwave popcorn is the fucking worst.
We're more alike than we are different. Crystal
We're all
too.
in this together.
So I'm like, I'm going to 7-Eleven to get White Claw because I ran out. He's like, buy some popcorn.
Get some Pop Secret.
Anyway.
Don't get Redenbacher.
The guy
Too
will
many
be like,
kernels in the bag.
hey, what's BDM mean? Because, he's I'm asking you questions about the T-shirts you're wearing to start the small talk.
Oh, God.
When I
Well, wait a
just
minute,
want to buy my embarrassing...
What's the rule on that then?
What?
For a guy like me, what's the rule on that? If they engage first, is it the Wild West? Can I just start shooting my fucking
'cause
shit?
they wanna talk.
Can I just go compliment crazy?
If you
and-
find another chirper, then you're chirp crazy. Then it's chirp season's open.
But if there's anybody behind you in line, they fucking hate both of you.
yeah.
Well, do I have to be mindful of that before
You
I
should
chirp?
if you don't want to be a dickhead.
So just do a little bit of chirping,
Yeah.
right? So just a chirp, chirp, and I'm out.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
chirper's paradise is no one else.
Hold on, I'm doing that
Living in a
song.
chirper's
I'm doing that song. Write that down.
Chirping paradise is you and this dude, and there's nobody else in the store. You start fucking chirp crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a 25
You know what that's
minute
called?
chirp.
You know what that's
My
called? That's called a
God.
podcast, buddy. That's what we do.
We figured it
Yeah,
out.
so this is what we do.
Yeah, but when you're standing at 7-Eleven and you're
A mediocre
standing
chirp.
on the other side of the lotto machine. Anyway, so the first time he asked me, I was like, oh, he may be just genuinely curious about what BDM meant because sometimes. That I've run across this before where cashiers or people have seen the shirt before. So they're asking me because some other customer had a BDM shirt.
Yeah.
And they're like curious. Like,
Or maybe you go
what's
through
BDM
every
mean?
day for White Claw.
Well, when I went there the next day for White Claw.
'Cause I do this too.
Because I only bought one package of Pop Secret like an idiot.
One package?
I didn't even know they sell it one package.
Wait a minute. There's 3 bags in there. She is a popcorn queen. I'm bringing her popcorn, gourmet popcorn.
This is where I got mad because I was wearing the shirt with me and you cartoon faces screaming at the other side. You know, the
I'm Tom, I'm
Eric
Dan.
I love
Cabot,
that
I'm
shirt.
Tom, I'm Dan.
I love that shirt.
And then he's like, hey, what's your shirt mean? What are those? And then I have to start explaining to him. I'm like, oh, it's the podcast. I never say that it's my
Just say-
podcast. I mean,
I usually just say gang affiliated.
if you start saying it's your podcast or whatever, then the chirper. Oh,
Chirps up.
okay.
They chirp up.
Yeah, he chirps.
What's
They
your
chirp up.
podcast
Oh,
about?
yeah. He's
It's
like,
turn
well,
up
what's
the
that?
chirp.
Yeah.
Turn up the
turns-
chirp.
So then I start explaining to him that it's a podcast, two guys, whatever, while he looks at me, mad that I'm telling him. So I'm like,
Well,
are
wait a minute,
you
you
interested?
engage.
Exactly. So this is a weird chirper.
Wait, maybe you chirped too long. Maybe you should have just been. It's a podcast I listen to.
This is a
Or,
dysfunctional
it's a podcast.
chirp.
That's it.
This is a chirp function, dysfunctional chirp or something. Man.
I looked in his eyes and he looked disinterested.
Did you start telling him how radio's dead and all that shit?
No,
Because that's,
I just started like, and then
Well, I can get you 2. I can get you 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16.
And then I slowly just backed away as the person like I was telling him, and then he just looked disinterested. Then it's a chirp chopper. He chirped me.
No, hold
and
on
wasn't
now.
even interested in what I was telling him. This is a different category of chirper.
I have had this. I have had this happen.
Initiated a conversation, and then while I'm telling him what he inquired about, disinterested.
Well, no, he's the problem. Then hold on a second. Then
that's
dare
chirp
I
chopping.
say, as a hopefully a self-aware chirper, because we got choppers and chirpers.
Yeah.
Obviously,
See, you
Butler
are
is a chopper. I am a chirper, and I have accepted I'm a chirper. But dare I say that this gentleman, this guy is the problem because
he's the worst of the worst.
He is because what he'll do is he will fake pull you in.
Yeah, he throws the line out.
He throws the birdseed down, and I'm like, well, there's birdseed here. This guy wants some chirps. And I go, chirp, chirp. And he's like, I don't give a fuck about your chirps. And I'm like, hold on a second. Well, now
Why'd
you
you
turn the
ask?
whole world upside down.
Why'd you ask? Yeah.
This is good.
Chirp chopping is the worst. What you do, at least you're engaged in the conversation.
Well, it's rooted in positivity. It's not. I'm not doing it to make their day worse, and I'm not doing it to make my day worse. I actually like to communicate with people. So when I do it, I hope everybody knows that
Your intentions are good,
They do
even
come
if
from
it
heart.
is bothering them.
Correct. It does come from heart. It comes from I love people. My dad's hobby was people. I enjoy humans.
But let's get it straight. Just stop the chirping to begin with.
Yeah.
Keep your head down. Don't do nothing.
Yep.
Get in, get out.
I'm down with
I
that.
think we did a lot of. I think we fleshed that out correctly.
We got a lot left here, so pick and choose which one
Let's do one more. What do you want to talk about?
I got one I want to do.
The Skeeter on my Peter?
No, I want.
Okay.
I want to
We
do
have a
Lenny
song
Kravitz.
that
I want to do
we-
Lenny Kravitz.
Hold on, we did tell Jake we were going to play his Tom song.
Play
Let's do that real quick.
Horrible song.
Oh, how dare you.
Jake is a good man. He's one of our first.
I wonder if he stuck around.
Probably. He's one of our first
Are you claiming
Twitch only. Like, this guy only found us on Twitch. No other way that Jake
And
found
he
us.
shares our
and he
Twitch a lot.
retweets us. He's on Facebook about us. Now, nobody sees it, but he does it.
I love and appreciate that people support the show and listen to the show and watch the show and everything and buy everything. Like, I love and appreciate all of that. It doesn't mean that I'm going to think everything you do is good.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. You sound like a really stern parent. If you tried this with your sons, it would be horrible, man. All right, you ready? This is called Ode to Tom Van by Jake Hudson.
He is Tom Van. He is a man's man. He is on the radio with Dan. Tom Van is a great man. He is a great man. Tom Van, Tom Van. Everyone say Tom Van, Tom Van, Tom Van. Everyone loves Tom Van. Tom Van is a man's man. 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 He is Tom Van. He is a man's man. Tom Van is a great man. Tom Van, Tom Van, Tom Van.
Who wants to
Tom Van.
remix this for me?
Everyone say Tom Van. Everyone say Tom Van.
How long do you think it took him to come up with this?
Good night.
It's like Dr. Dre's daughter. Don't enable these people by playing their songs.
No, what do you mean?
They'll keep sending in the song.
Tom Van. Everybody say Tom Van. I like it.
That show's hard.
It's not like it's
Horrible.
not stuck in my brain.
It's
I
horrible.
mean, it's not true.
Yeah,
Tom
no,
Van's
no,
not
no.
a good man.
He says
not
he's
a
a
man's
man's
man.
man. A man? What does that even mean?
I think
That's
he
not
also
true.
said he's a good man. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh, come on. Hold on.
Man's man.
Anyway.
What does that mean when you're a man's man?
That song
That
was-
means you're gay, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's like if you're a man that men love to fuck or something, then you're a gay man.
Yeah,
And that's fine. But a man's man.
The song was horrible, and
Stop. I enjoyed it, Jake.
Almost the worst.
You
I've
can
ever
kill
heard.
Tom.
All right, so let's talk about
Try
Lenny
to get
Kravitz before we get out
Come
of
get
here.
me, huh? Yeah.
What's the Lenny Kravitz thing we got to talk about?
Okay. I think it's really funny, and I want your opinion. If you look at any video, and the reason I thought of this, I'm addicted to watching NPR's Tiny Desk concerts.
Yeah, they're good.
They're great. And you can go back for years and years and years and
Is
years.
that the
and
one
years.
like in a library or something?
It is, but sometimes they do it at home, and the pandemic's actually kind of like given the different artists an opportunity to kind of do it on their own in their own facility, or like Dua Lipa did it in like a warehouse with like her full band, but it was all stripped down. Very cool. I'm sure we'll get one from Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars. I'm sure we'll get some of those. But anyway, so I'm watching this, and go ahead.
It's brilliant in the fact that Matt Hafey from Trivium figured this out too. It's like, if you have a popular band, your audience will watch you rehearse. So why not just film it?
Yeah.
Like, and then
It's
monetize.
actually really fun to watch.
Monetize that. Like, if you're a fan of a band, you'll watch them live rehearse every time, and you can put it on Twitch, and you'll tip. Like, I'll go and tip my favorite band.
Yes.
Like if I watch Lagwagon rehearse,
You can.
I would go on Twitch and tip them. And be like, oh, this is awesome.
They've done web concerts. You couldn't tip them, but you can buy them and watch them. But Trivium, I'm gonna just say it here. Matt is probably one of the most genius musicians out there right now. He's got his thumb on it. He knows where he's going. He's a businessman and an amazing musician. But anyway, so I'm watching this Tiny Desk NPR, and Lenny Kravitz comes on. I guess he did his from, I want to say it was from the Caribbean. And Sam, you can type in like Lenny Kravitz Tiny Desk 2020 or 2021. It's more recent. And you see them, and they play, all of Lenny's hits. I'm a fan. I like Lenny Kravitz. I always have loved Lenny Kravitz. Loved him before he was huge popularity. I think he kind of peaked at American Woman. Remember? I think that was his peak. Where you're doing that song. That song's probably...
I want to get away.
Yeah, that's
same
a great
era,
song.
Same era.
Same time. But I used to like him when he did... I had his first album that had a lot of songs that most people don't know, like Mr. Taxi Driver. I think it was Mr. Yeah. Anyway, I haven't heard it in years. But anyway, so I'm watching him. And what strikes me about Lenny is that everybody that plays with him dresses like him. So my question is, does he... Because he has this guitar player. I want to say it's Craig... Oh, God, I forget the guy's name, but he's got a big poofy afro, and he wears bell-bottoms and open shirts, just like Lenny.
They all have bell-bottoms
and they all look like Lenny. So does he... Okay, is he actively...
Craig Ross.
Craig Ross. And he's an amazing guitarist and a good musician on his own, but Craig's been with Lenny for a very long time.
Is he making him dress like that?
Thank you.
But I don't... I see where you're going with this, and it would make sense, except for the fact that there's a lot of fucking bands there. They all have the same kind of style because they're all into the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you go to a punk rock band show, they're all wearing fucking the same black dicky shorts, another band shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that could be it. They're just all playing the same type of music. They're into the same type of shit.
It is, but like Lenny's so stylized 70s.
But they do all have long hair, bell-bottoms,
Craig's got a big hat.
sunglasses, and open shirts.
Doesn't Craig have the big hat and sunglasses? Yeah, he's got the big, and they look so good because, and I'm not going to argue that it doesn't help the music. It does. When you're watching that. Now, if I wasn't watching it, wouldn't matter. But watching it, it does, I believe, psychologically affect. Like if they were all up there dressed like goth or black metal, it would
or if
fuck
everybody had a completely different
or
style
t-shirts
from
and Crocs. If they had t-shirts and Crocs on, it's not going to sound the same. And I know that sounds insane, but when you watch it and you see Craig Ross playing this guitar solo, and he's even got the moves, and he's lanky and skinny, and he's got the chest open with he's got a fucking amulet on, and he's got a big afro. I'm like, look at where we're at. We're in the 70s.
I do like when bands actually dress the part of rock star or whatever, or the part that they, the character.
That fucker is 57 years old. He's
Lenny.
almost 60 years old.
Don't ever look up anything personal about Lenny Kravitz. He'll fucking make you feel...
Yeah, looks younger than all of us.
Oh, my God. And ripped.
Big hog.
Big old Kravitz.
We've seen it. We've seen it.
Came right out of the leather pants. You know how big your dick has to be to come out of leather pants?
I like getting...
don't. The answer is I don't, Sam.
I like it when one person in the band dresses completely different.
Yeah.
What is that guy doing?
Like,
Okay.
I got a red backwards hat. I got some like a regular rock, and then dressed like a skeleton.
Okay, look up Prince. Okay, Prince
Limp
had
Bizkit.
Prince had a keyboard player in his band that was like Dr. Surgeon or something. Like he had a guy that played keyboard. You can look him up, and he dressed like a doctor, complete with mask and green scrubs, and he looked like a
Dr.
fucking
Nerdcock?
No, look him up. You look up Prince's backing band in the Revolution. There was a guy that wore Dr.
Oh, wait, I got it. Dr. Fink.
Dr. Fink.
Yep.
And he looked like a fucking idiot.
Like you can
Yep,
go like
he does.
the Slipknot route is like, okay, we're all gonna wear the mask, right? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And then like the
I
Limp
think that's a
Bizkit.
good. I'm okay with that.
Why did the Limp Bizkit guitarist always dress like a skeleton?
Weirdo.
He had the black contacts.
Yeah.
Was Morley?
I hated it because it wasn't cohesive. I want everybody in
I'm like,
Dickie
dress
shorts.
like a douche, like everybody else.
Yeah, why doesn't everybody have
Why?
on Dickie shorts and etnies? Why are you the guy that's got? You're dressed like the fucking Pinhead from the. You're dressed like Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies, and Fred Durst has got backwards hat, Dickie shorts.
Well, now he's
etnies.
wearing wigs and fucking windbreaker
Yeah, but now
jacket.
Was that a wig? I thought that was just his gray hair.
He's dressed like an
it's a
old
wig.
man. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
been doing skits on TikTok with wigs.
Yeah. He's just corny old
That's what
dad.
everybody
I
does
love
on
it.
TikTok, and they're all millionaires.
Fred Durst is what, 50?
Probably.
Me a little older than me. I bet you he's not quite 50.
48? You know, I mean, I think he's because
51.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, you know, he's just
No memory, no concept of time.
I mean, he's close, you know, not too close, but
But yeah, Dr. Fink. You want to do one more? Is that it?
No,
Let's
get out
plug
of
some
here.
stuff. Guys, thanks so much for listening. And for those of you that caught us live on Twitch, we certainly... oh, man, there it is. We certainly do appreciate it. We,
Hold on.
Jesus.
That may be the exact cadence and sound of Barney from The Simpsons.
Oh, that was.
I'm not joking. Hold on.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Listen. Well, BDM out there. Find Daniel's burp and Barney from The Simpsons burp, and I guarantee you will be able
do
Back
a
to back.
deep analysis.
You did a Barney from The Simpsons stereotypical cartoon burp. Perfect. Anyway, we plug semantics. Let's see.
Go by ABC. Try their new vodka. It's one of their brands. You can try it. It's on sale right now, so look for that.
Yeah, 1941.
Yeah, 1941 vodka. It is very tasty.
And if you use a sponsor, I mean, utilize the getting a free plan from Gabriel Plants, because it just helps us, and it's more proof to our sponsors that you guys are using them, which will keep us in business.
EJ is asking you to come to Shit Sandwich, which is tomorrow night. You can go see
Yep.
Ross. He's always hosting, and it's always a good time. So
First
check
and
that
third
out.
Saturdays.
Good luck
Can you
to Seth on his
Facebook Live
boat.
it so I don't have to actually...
No, they don't do that.
I'm
No.
like every young teen. I just want to stay in my house and look at Facebook. I don't
It's
wanna,
really fun.
I don't want any real experiences anymore.
Yeah.
I get the gist.
You're where I was like 10 years ago.
I gotta drive to something. Get out, pork. Like, oh, fuck that.
Butler shouting in the chat room, Brew Tap House in Tavares. I don't know if they got something going on this weekend, but he's yelling it out.
Thanks for yelling that. That's good. Yeah. Our watering holes, if you go.
Check out our watering holes.
Yep, definitely do that. And again, like and subscribe on the YouTube. Tom and Dan Live. It really helps us out that you guys subscribe to our channel, and always on Twitch, Tom and Dan Live. Thanks for watching us live today. I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Be safe out there.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.